Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lids and we are back for some more Pyre Community RITE NITE, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, which is the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. If you are unfamiliar with said Discord group, well, I mean, you can join it by clicking on that link right there. For those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No. You see that red circle with the white L below chat, you click on that. You'll see all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, talismans, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here, and let's get things started. I'll set us back to our defaults, but otherwise, chat, let me... Not sure what that was all about. Let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started today. There is the RITE Club Discord server, which is the one that I just linked, and the one that I just hopped into, which is one that Failer started several years ago, and then there's also my own Discord server, that's my stuff, personally, which, of course, in some cases, overlaps in the case of Pyre, but when I'm not doing Pyre, I'm doing other things like Mass Effect, and Gwent, and Hades, and Witcher and all that stuff. Alright, so, with that being said, I am all ready to go here. Let me know, chat, if anyone would like to get us started today. Let me also just make sure that I have Steam friends up to... Actually, I might already. I do. Steam friends, no, please don't take up the entire window. That's a little bit excessive. Okay. Is there anyone who would like to hop in here? Right, it's not like Lids exists outside of the confines of RITE NITE. It's not like Lids does things independent from this, and technically Lids doesn't own this Discord server or anything like that. Felt like it existed before Lids. Where is the lid? That's the question. It's a red circle. The jar, and then the red circle with the white L. Korra and Arumi. Looks like they are volunteering to hop in here at the beginning. Yeah, actually, I'm just an inanimate object. And in truth, I've just been manufactured by Failer in order to perform the services as the voice, commentating over these RITE NITEs. Otherwise, I don't exist. That is my sole purpose. Okay, so we have a thrash pack, for what it's worth. Also, let me get these two in here. Let me track them down. Okay, here we have Arumi.
So, I don't know if you know, but
I probably don't, based on how you're prefacing this.
there's some serious beef between me and Arumi.
Oh, wait. Now I know what you're referring to. Now I know what you're talking about. Yes. Last week... Oh, can someone remind me what the pretext to this was? How did this all come about?
So this started because, I had beaten iRotor, I guess, like 2 games, and then Arumi played iRotor, and Arumi had said that after she lost to iRotor, that iRotor's reputation was like back where it was supposed to be. And
Ooh.
I took offense to that because, you know, iRotor's my boy, so.
So you are fighting on iRotor's behalf? Is that what that means?
Kind of.
Is he a flawless player? Is iRotor in chat right now? iRotor is in chat right now. Hello, iRotor. Apparently, you may or may not be the driving force behind this confrontation between Korra and Arumi here. I do not remember this being the case. All I remember is that Korra was exchanging some fighting words last week, and it seems as though perhaps that tension has spilled over into this week. Okay, well, let us check here. Should be able to put... Oh, I have my controller plugged in. No, I don't have my controller plugged in. What? Or are you playing controller right now?
True, Brawlenberg,
No.
she did.
What is happening? Huh? Hold on. Am I going crazy? My controller definitely is not plugged in. Why is it insisting on you playing as a controller player? Hold on. What? It says, Cord, you have 2 controllers plugged in right now?
I mean, I don't, but that works too.
Steam Remote Play says otherwise. So Korra's playing against himself. Okay, I see.
Is this that synchronized bug with the controllers?
What is... I've never seen that before. That is weird. Wow. Hold on. Can I mess around with your second controller? Okay, I've done something to Korra. I'm not sure what. Korra, you may no longer be able to do anything. Out of curiosity, can you control anything right now?
No.
Okay, I've overcompensated for Korra having 2 controllers.
I can try to unplug mine if it might help.
Okay, well, let's see. Korra, I'm gonna kick you and reinvite you.
Okay.
That was weird. That I've never seen that happen before. For some reason, Steam thought you had 2 controllers and so was going to insist upon you playing against yourself. Okay. Now, 1 controller. Okay, I think remote play has figured itself out now. Dare I say this? There we go. Okay, everything is fine. Everything is normal. Don't worry about it. We're fine here. We have player 1. Player 1 will be Core. We have player 2. Player 2 will be Anor.
I could be Chastity, that's fine. So we're doing a best of 5, and if I can get a prediction in chat for people.
Core, man. Core, you do want to be Chastity?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Chastity here, and Anor still Nightwings for you? Presumably. Has anyone tried to do 2 players, 1 controller run? I don't know. Is it possible? Oh, how's it going, Potato? How's it going, everybody? Artemis Val, good to see you again as well. And Thrashback, I mean, you gotta be happy about that, right? Alright, are we doing this prediction thing? I don't know. Are we going to
yes, this is
meet Core's demands? Or are we setting a dangerous precedent? I don't know. I don't know. Feels like a slippery slope to me.
Whoever loses this battle never plays Pyre ever again.
Whoa. What if we do it the other way around? Whoever wins gets liberated, and we never see them again.
But then that's less... Okay.
Wait, but then I don't want to win. What's up, everybody? Okay. Alright. Fine. Let's see. Remind me how I do this. Remind me how I do this. Yes, I would like to open that up. Here we go. Or has... Wait. Someone already made the prediction for me? Did you guys beat me to it? Oh dear, I'm getting these pop-ups for the prediction in this tiny little window that I'm trying to do. It's, well, hold on. Did I do it? Did Phaler do it for me? Maybe, possibly. Does the prediction exist right now? Let me attempt to make this window bigger so it's actually usable. Let's see. Prediction. Here. Doesn't for you. Okay, so yeah, let me actually make it then. Prediction. Huzzah. Oh, it just, wow. Oh no, there is one created by Failure. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm looking at, I tried to start a prediction, and then I see this pop-up for a prediction that says, who will be the victor in Nora versus Korra? I'm like, surely, the streaming software does not know that is exactly what I was going to type. Surely it did not randomly generate that and it happened to have been perfect.
Well, that must have been the grand finals for the tournament. That was the last prediction.
Oh. Maybe. Okay, we'll give a little bit here for people to give their predictions here. As a reminder, yes, this is it a rematch of the most recent was it Golathanian Cup? No, Jomir Cup final. The numbers are starting to come in. I don't know. Of course, Anor won that tournament, I might remind you all. So, we'll have to see here. So, Corey, you're saying best 3 out of 5 was the plan? Something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, tournament rules, that's fine.
Tournament rules?
Maybe not drafting, though. Oh,
yeah, like locking in teams in advance and all that even?
Yeah, we can.
Sending teams to failure? I mean, I guess. I didn't realize we were taking this so seriously, but apparently. I don't know, maybe Anor believers may be about to win big. You might be right. As I said, technically speaking, she was the victor in their most recent tournament setting. So, Taylor says to me, if you want to send him your teams, then go for it. Alright, so let's hop in and see where our first arena is then. We'll go no requests, so that way we are abiding by the typical tournament rules. I mean, if you want to request songs, that's of course fine, but let's hop in here. We just get a random fall asleep.
You stand upon the fall of Solium.
The game knows. The game knows. That is beautiful. That's art right there.
And step closer to freedom. The chastity stand ready. Night wings stand prepared.
Okay, so what we're gonna do here is both players will send in their teams to Failure, an independent third party. So that way, once they send their teams, they're locked in. So that means that, for example, Anor as player 2 can't just proceed to counterpick everything that Korra takes, because that would, of course, be a disadvantage to Korra as player 1. Alright, we'll see. Chat, who did you support? See what they go for. I remember, I believe it was the most recent tournament in which we saw that Korra was actually one of the few people who did not regularly use imps, which were otherwise, I believe, the most common class selection. It's a little bit of an unconventional approach from Korra in that way. I think we tended to see him use power casting nomads instead of imps, whereas Anor, obviously well known for her sap strats. I think we may very well see both players break out some savages as their primary scorers. Hello, sap enjoyers. Worms, of course, another popular choice for Korra. Triple saps make it happen. Alright, Failure says both locked in. Excuse me. Okay, so Korra is leading off with a worm, a Titan Tooth Gilman, so he'll stun anyone that he jumps into. Whereas Anor goes for a speedy Bertrude. Of course, Fall of Solium, one of, if not the largest arena, which can at times play into people's strategies, and as I was saying before, generally speaking, during the tournament, we saw Korra go with power casting nomads rather than imps as his defensive stalwart, whereas Anor, well known for her prayer beads, or rather her nutrition stick, I should say, sap strats. Went for the 10 rekindling and numbing gust, another classic for her. That means if all of her exiles are banished, then Korra will be unable to sprint, jump, throw, or use any of their special abilities. Korra also goes Crone, and then Anor does go the Imp route, although more offensive here with the Talisman selection. So here we go. Our first match in this impromptu beef between Korra and Anor. Anor's the first one to start things off here with a 25 damage plunge from Bertrude, but no prayer beads on her, so she's out for this round. Korra with Gilman here, trying to elude that sapling and sap. But now it's Anor on the move with Volfred, and of course, if anyone is dangerous offensively with a sap, it would be Anor. She throws this one in for 12. Alright, Anor back at full strength, at least until Bertrude goes down there. Well-placed sapling from Anor, but Volfred goes down. Oh, suddenly, no one to stop him here, but it does trigger Numbing Gust, so he can't throw it. Question of, is he willing to plunge for the points that he is? So he'll take the 30, and he may have taken prayer beads on his Crone as well. That he did, so no downside in that way. Wanted that orb, but Anor well-timed with the sapling placement there. Anor with Volfred. Gets Bertrude back. She's speedy. Back to Volfred. Anor playing patiently here. Remember, that is a more offensive Imp than we might have otherwise expected to see, although that Imp goes down. Numbing Gust once again active, slowing down Korra. Oh, but look at that. Portal play there from Anor for the aggressive counterattack, but does lose Bertrude. Volfred back defensively, as is Tizo. 4. Two-pronged approach. Oh, but look at that. Crone goes through the central route there and hops in for 30. Bertrude goes down to Gilman. Gilman, tracked down by Volfred. Volfred gets rid of Snadra. Volfred eyeing the safety of that sapling. He doesn't need to blink there. Ooh, well sidestep there from Anor, but can't sidestep that trailing aura from Gilman. He's banished, though. Oh, and Anor tried to speed in for that orb and perhaps hop in with Bertrude, but unsuccessful. The other Bertrude is blocked and banished. Anor getting her reinforcements. Has the portal, which gives her infinite stamina with Bertrude. Oh, well timed there. Just waited for the defender to fly past her and sped through the gap. Good old-fashioned reverse psychology from Anor. Volfred. Tizo. Back to Volfred. Tizo. Sets up a relatively dangerous portal there, which Anor may look to use. But it's Volfred. Oh, and there's the big blinks to throw. Makes it in here for 10. Dropping Korra down to 23, which means depending on who it is, Anor may be able to finish this with one score. Remember, it actually has extra damage on her Imp, so she may have just enough from any exile to get the job done here. Barring a quick throw. Here is Volfred, and maybe she's looking to finish it with a sap plunge. Unsuccessful this time, though, as now it's Korra looking for an opening with Gilman. Brings back Bertrude, but she goes down. Anor through the portal for the stamina. Bertrude. She's banished. But it's Volfred here. Sidesteps Gilman. But he goes down. That leaves just Tizo right now. Anor, perhaps waiting for her reinforcements, goes through her portal, moves it slightly forward, but loses Tizo. Now just Bertrude back. But she chases down the opposing Bertrude. Bertrude through Anor's portal. The jump is blocked. Oh, and Titan Tooth stuns Anor as well, but here comes Korra with Gilman. Brings back Bertrude. Bertrude's hop is blocked. Trying to avoid, the sap, and does so. Drops Korra down to 10, but remember, Anor has 10 rekindling, so there will be a second life bar for Anor, whereas the same cannot be said for Korra. So Korra needs 2 scores. Anor needs just 1. There is Korra's Crone salute, turning all of Anor's exiles into defenseless howlers for what is more or less a free score here. That triggers the rekindling, and now we have what is truly a sudden death match. Alright, so who will it be here? Volfred, suddenly by himself, he's going down. does trigger Numbing Gust, slowing Korra down. But he is in an attacking position here. Is he quick enough? Not quite. North Bertrude through the portal, gets the stamina. Hops over Gilman. Oh, misses the Pyre! In what would have been a game-winning plunge. Korra on the counterattack! Oh! And he's inches away as well. Volfred. He goes down. Bertrude. Can't make it past the opposing Bertrude. Anor. Loses Tiso. Anor locks down the orb with a sapling. Shields off the cast. Volfred gets rid of Snadra with that shield. Bertrude. She's sniped. Volfred still has it though. He's banished. Tiso pops over that cast. Through his portal. Bit of an opening. Oh, but Korra with the last second save. Counterattack from Korra. He's blocked though. Well shielded there from Volfred. Volfred one side, Tiso the other. Bertrude through the middle. And Anor with Tiso for the winning plunge. The extra damage on the talisman, the difference maker.
Put up quite an effort.
GG. Guys, we might have a series on our hands here. We might have a series on our hand here. Okay, well, match number 1 goes to Anor. But obviously, can't get much closer than that. Okay, so let's reset our song, but otherwise let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to hear for the next one. Otherwise, when it comes to Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans, we won't take any requests for that, at least during this series, because we want to keep things competitive. I don't recall as to whether we were allowing arena requests or not for the tournament. I don't know if that's something we'll accept during this series or not, but match number 1 goes to Anor in this best 3 out of 5. Knights of the Sea from Artemis Vow. We had the Thrash Pack. Now this would have normally been Forest Team theme. However, Korra going a little off-brand here with the Chastity rather than the Pyre Hearts. Alright, let's get this one started then. Nor. Well played, you two. Well played.
Good evening,
I mean, I don't really understand what the stakes are, I'll be honest. But apparently this one is important.
You are gathered to conduct this rite. Try not to let the pressure get to you.
This is how you know it's good.
Chastity,
Bragging rights, that's all that matters. The bragging rights are all that matters.
prepare yourselves, Nightwings.
Okay, so once again, both players will send their teams to Phalar to lock them in before they start selecting stuff. That way they can't counterpick each other. And we go from what was, initially, in the previous match, the largest arena into what is now perhaps the smallest arena. So that could be a factor. Could very well see players change up their teams, even if it was a very close match last time around. And remember that, yes, this is the modded Glade of Lu, so it is empty. There will not be any brambles spawning in here. So that will also potentially affect players' strategies here. Wide open arena, rather than the usual very crammed Glade of Lu. So a lot more room to maneuver in that way. Actually, very wide arena, once you consider that, even if the distance from one pyre to the next is not very far. Yeah, so we modded Glade of Lu because we heard some concerns from people that because the brambles that spawn in as the pyre lives go down, because those brambles are not symmetrical, they inherently affect one player more than the other. Generally speaking, it tends to trap player 2 in next to their pyre much more so than it does player 1, and so in the interest of not giving player 2 a distinct disadvantage, we, at least last week, we experimented a bit by removing the brambles from Glade of Lu. This will be the second week in which we've done it, so definitely curious to see what people think about it, those playing and those of you in chat, but seems like thus far, that's been at least something that people have been somewhat interested in. And I think feedback was positive last week. All right, we're all locked in. So, Korra, you are good to go. Remember, Anor took match number 1 in this best 3 out of 5 series. Oh dear. That was a Bottled Void stowaway. Korra, of course, well known for his Bottled Void strats usually at the Cairn but perhaps looking to catch Anor off guard here by using the suction cup vacuum cleaner powers of Bottled Void. Whenever the stowaway comes back from banishment, she will vacuum cleaner in nearby exiles potentially, bringing them into the aura of, well, her aura, and banishing them in the process. Hold on a second. Is that 2 saps from Anor? Chat was talking about do the triple saps. You won't. We dare you. Perhaps, says Anor. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. You don't say. We saw Korra go with Bottled Void, Anor go with triple saps. Both players definitely mixing things up quite a bit here. Chat, we are in for quite the right. Quite the right indeed, I think. That is the effect of False Step and Bottled Void right there on Korra's stowaway. Whenever the stowaway gets brought back from banishment, she will vacuum cleaner in nearby exiles like that and potentially banish them in the process if they get sucked into an aura. And False Step from the stowaway, one of her masteries, means that if she jumps and at the end of her jump gets banished, she will automatically respawn where she initiated the jump, and with Bottled Void, that means it's an automatic way of triggering Bottled Void. There's Anor. I believe that had to have been a nutrition stick plunge there. That was quite the range on Volfred, and I imagine, it's usually Volfred she puts the nutrition stick on. Korra also using some stunning claim strats, as I think we just saw there, which temporarily stuns everyone on the playing field unless you get respawned during that brief time period, and that way you can potentially have the only exile capable of moving, which I believe Korra's used on a couple of occasions to set up those plunges. But Anor with the counterattack here, as Korra's defenseless, throwing this one in for 25.
The Nightwing's pyre burns brighter for now.
Anor trying to stay clear of the stowaway, even when she goes down like this, because if she gets brought back, there's a lot of potential for Korra to cause some trouble. Volfred, he's banished. Manly. Almas. There is the false step. Korra, the quick counter. Gets the throw off. Slightly less than his maximum, 19 rather than the full 20. We'll see if that 1 point extra life that Anor's holding on to here, if that may become a factor later on. You never know. Manly. He's banished. That leaves Anor defenseless, but she did take Numbing Gust, which means that Korra's unable to sprint, jump, throw, or use any other special abilities here. Korra gets it, and the throw is short, though. Korra still with Gilman, near the Pyre, and explodes on 2 of Anor's saps. Stowaway can trigger False Step here. Not quite enough to take out Anor's sap, though. Volfred can't outmaneuver the cast from the Stowaway. She hops in, that's going to trigger False Step. And combine that with Stunning Flame. Oh, but Korra got the timing a little bit off there. Was looking for the Stowaway to be the only character able to move at the time, but did freeze the Stowaway as well. Just did it a little bit too late, it seems. Volfred has that nutrition stick for the extra mobility, gets the throw off in time for 14. Well placed sapling there, but the Stowaway comes back and triggers that Bottled Void. Here she is. 4. Memeing in the corner. Trying to coax Anor in, and that was False Step, but no one nearby the Stowaway when it triggered, so no risk of Bottled Void taking Anor out. Anor did have a sap close to Korra's Pyre there. That's going to trigger that False Step, although, yeah, The follow-up does banish one of the saps there. And at least seemed to have stunned them that time, giving Korra just enough time to plunge in here. Anor hanging on with 21 Pyre life, of course, with all those saps. Likely has a fair bit of rekindling. But it does mean that it would take 2 scores for Korra to trigger that rekindling, as his maximum damage right now would be 20. Anor shields. And plods forward with Manly. As the quick throw, and from some distances, the sap throws are unblockable, and that may have been the case there. So that's 25 damage on that throw, which means Anor is now within scoring range. There's that Ball of Void once again. Just Palmas. Stowaway for Korra. Deliberately hopping into the sapling to trigger that false step. Gonna cause chaos. There's the plunge. Drops Anor down to 1. Again, likely does have a fair bit of rekindling. But 1 more damage is all the Korra needs to see just how much that is. However, of course, the Stowaway has Bottled Void, not Prayer Beads, and so she's out for this round. Means Korra needs to find some other way to put up points here. Vanishes one of the saps. Oh, nearly a second one at that. Yes, does chase down the last of the saps. Just in time, though, for Palmas to respawn. Korra. Oh, his throw gets blocked. Anor on the counter. Oh, Korra with the quick cast to snuff that attack out. Gilman. Palmas returns for Anor. This throw is short. Anor with Volfred. This is the Nutrition Stick sap. The extra mobility. Just needs 11 damage. And there it is.
The Nightwings prevail.
GG.
A victory so narrowly achieved, and thus more glorious. The right is ended.
Alright, and with that one, Anor takes the 2-0 lead in this best 3 out of 5 series. Means one more. One more is all Anor needs. Whereas at this stage, Korra needs to sweep the remaining games. I don't know, chat. How are we looking? How are those predictions doing? Making anyone nervous here? Okay, let's see. Well, let us know if there's a song we'd like to have for this one. In which case, we're happy to make that happen. Otherwise, we're going to have no Exiles Masteries or Talisman requests for this one, since we want to keep this one competitive. I mean, that being said, of course, all of the matches have been close. One key play one way or the other, and the result could have been different. There is a randomizer mode if we turn Customize off, if that's what you're referring to. Korra has faith in himself. So does Cam. Cam, how much did you put on it? Like, Cam, did you even bet? Yeah, remind me what the name for it is. Remind me what the name for it is. Hello, Core Speech Reekbot request. The Unseen Ones? Is that the name of it? There's a different name for the final, the hardcore version, right? What is the name for the hardcore version? Let's see. That is the hardcore one? Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yep, yeah, it is. It is. Alright. Just to amp up the tension that much more. Oh, you didn't see anything, Cam? Alright, no worries. Norm 1 is God of the Dead. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's an entirely different name. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it! If Anor wins this one, she takes the series. Korra needs to win 3 in a row. Get hyped, chat. Careful there, Barrack. Alright, well, it's the boat! It's the boat! Oh man. First we had Fall of Solium, then we had Glade of Lu. Now, if there's anything that could mix things up at this stage, certainly it would have to be the boat. Of course, it's the boat. So once again, players will send in their teams to failure to lock them in so they can't counterpick each other. The boat has some crazy physics. Whenever you jump in and around those puddles in the middle of the arena, and that can lead to some unpredictable results. And so that does mess with people's strategies every now and again. So sometimes people will deliberately try to build a team that maximizes the effectiveness of that stuff, or other times people will say, I'm just going to try to ignore it to the greatest extent possible and hope that it doesn't come back to bite me. Exactly, right. It is possible with demons, especially Orlek, to jump the entire length of the arena directly into your opponent's pyre. So that's only possible in the boat. That's one of the reasons why boat magic is definitely a thing. Alright, we're all locked in. So Korra, you are good to go whenever you're ready. And for all those reasons, fairly likely we will see people choose different team compositions here. Korra leads off with the Luminous Idol Harp. That means whenever he picks up the orb, he will gain full stamina with that harp, and can likely do a quick harp throw, pick the orb back up, get full stamina, which can lead to some difficult to stop attacks from that harp. So that's definitely a different approach from Korra. Also took the harp salute, allowing him to switch places with his closest exile. We saw Nor take Volfred there with Nutrition Stick, with Numbing Gust, which is largely the same relative to what we've seen her go with in the past. We'll of course see if other exiles are any different, but curious to see to what extent players choose to stick with their usual strats here, or if they do switch it up, given how we're on the boat. Korra goes with a Prayer Beads Crone, so he can plunge and come back from banishment, and did take the Crone Salute, meaning that he can transform all of Anor's exiles into defenseless Howlers. Anor also goes with the Crone, however, does not go down for either Stubborn Flame or that Crone Salute. And made it a speedy Crone. Yeah, I think we did see Anor go that route previously. And I said it at the beginning, we have not seen Korra take Imps all that often. Generally, he uses power casting Nomads as his defensive role players, but he does go Imp this time around. As will Anor, with the powerful infinite stamina portals as well. So here we go, in what could be the deciding match. Anor leads the series 2-0, and as this is best 3 out of 5, one more win is all she needs. However, all of Anor's exiles are banished here. Volfred does return. Korra trying to sneak around the other way. Oh, but gets banished. Korra sets up a dangerous portal there. Anor needs to be careful with Chorus to get the orb back. It is very close to an automatic score here. All of Anor's exiles banished, which does trigger Numbing Gust. But Korra, eyeing the portal, goes through the portal, but jumps in the wrong direction. The second time round, though, does make it in 25. Race toward the orb, which Korra wins. Switches into his Crone, but that gets banished. Now it's Anor's Crone. Bertrude. Banished. Oh, and the opposing Bertrude also banished. Korra. Zoxiana switches into his Imp. Sets up a dangerous portal. Anor also with a very dangerous portal. Both players just waiting for the right opportunity to go through those portals. Anor does. And makes it in for 30. And no prayer beads on Bertrude for Anor, so she's down one exile here. Korra uses his Crone to jump in for 30. And I believe, yes, Korra did take prayer beads, so Korra still at full strength. Here is Bertrude. But she's banished. Anor, with her Bertrude, gets blocked and banished. Double banishment there from Anor. Also sets up a fairly dangerous portal. Korra. Oh no, the sapling in the safety of Anor's sapling. Anor plunges with Volfred. No prayer beads for him, but that's 25 damage, and we are tied at 45 apiece. Bertrude. Waiting for an opening here. Oh, and somehow outmaneuvers Tizo. That means one more score. All Korra needs to trigger Rekindling. However, Anor does have 10. So it will take at least 2 scores for Korra. Same can be said for Anor. Bertrude through her portal. Infinite stamina. Oh, and the jump was on target, but she gets blocked, banishes one defender, has it back here, and plunges here. That drops Korra down to 15. One score all Anor needs. And if she is to get it, that will finish the series. Defends against Korra's attack. Anor without Bertrude will need to find a way to score with either Volfred or Tizo, both of whom normally you would say are more defensive specialists, but Anor with the Nutrition Stick on a sap, you can never count that out. Saxiana. Everyone down on Anor's side. Is Korra gonna be fast enough? Yes, he is. That triggers the Rekindling, and we have... How could it be anything other than a sudden death right? Korra actually down 1 exile here because Saxiana plunged and she does not have prayer beads. So in that sense, advantage Anor. Except Korra has his Crone Salute, transforming all of Anor's exiles into defenseless howlers, except the Numbing Gust. Oh, might have been unjust enough. No, Korra still makes it in for the winning plunge. For a second there, you thought maybe Anor found a way to salvage it even after Korra played that ace that he was hiding up his sleeve. But Korra holds on for the win. GG. All right. Well. It's not over yet. Korra takes match number 3, and Anor still leads the series 2-1, but it is now anybody's game. This is intense. What a match. All right then, keep this going. Keep the song going. I agree, Korra. All right then. So, in that case, let's jump straight back in here. Anor needs 1 win. Korra needs 2. From one chaotic arena to another. Now it is the Isle of Kalamer. Of course, you never quite know what those imps are gonna do. We'll see if that affects player strategies at all. Once again, both players sending in their teams to Phaler to lock in, so they can't counterpick each other before we get things started here. Remind me, Silver, before our next match, and we'll definitely get that one in. So we saw Anor take match number 1 and match number 2, then Korra, a bit of revenge on the boat. As we were saying, technically speaking, usually would have been his home arena, if not for him switching up his team from his usual Pyre Hearts into the Chastity today. So maybe he was drawing strength upon that, the home field advantage. Maybe that's what it takes for him. Maybe Anor will win this one as well and take the series, or perhaps it's a sign of momentum shift here, and Korra will take this one and swing this to an even series and bring us to a sudden death match. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. We're all locked in, so Korra, you are good to go whenever you're ready. Alright, and well, Korra sticking with that Luminous Idol Saxiana. Once again means he'll get infinite, or rather full stamina when he picks up the orb. Anor also sticking with a Crone. So thus far, similar picks from what we saw last time. Of course, very different arena. But we did see Korra go for the Crone Salute, and it looked like it was going to be an automatic finishing play when he did that at the end of the previous fight, but then Anor somehow found a way to hold on slightly longer. Korra, of course, still managed to sneak in for the winning plunge. But I think we saw Korra take a different talisman this time around than he did last time, because he took the leech and then goes for, was that a quick throwing manly? We've seen Korra do that a fair bit as of late. Anor, I believe in the first match, took extra offense on Tizo, does so here as well, and of course, in that second spot, we see her staple, Golfred, likely with nutrition stick, as she plunges to get things started here with Bertrude for 25. Turn up the music a bit. I kind of can't in the middle of the right without stopping the right, but we can leave it here for now. If you guys want to turn up for the next one, we can do that. But there is now core plunging for 20. And then a wall of imps slowing down Anor. They're all hanging out in the middle of the arena. Anor with Volfred now. Tiso the other way. Trying to sneak past the defenders. Gets rid of one of them. And gets banished, but sets up a dangerous portal. Though it's Core in possession of the orb now. Core is Zaxiana-less. But this throw... Oh, is intercepted. Anor on the counterattack. That throw is unblockable, and it lands for 26. Oh, and somehow Core sneaks over the defender with a jump for 30 damage there. Remember, of course, one win is all Anor needs to take this series. Core needs to win this, otherwise it's game over. And if he does win it, then we're level at 2 wins apiece, and we go to sudden death in the next match. Anor biding her time, trying to bait Core into a bad defensive position, perhaps. The Core has it back now, with Zaxiana. Trying to find a way to avoid Bertrude, though. Gets the stamina back with Movement Idol when he picks the orb back up. Trying to find that opening. Oh, but gets caught on the edge of that sapling. Anor with that portal there. Or trying to block it. This throw is unblockable from Anor, though. It's a quick one, landing for 12. And Bertrude plunges for 30. Throw from Anor is on target for 28, dropping Core down to 38. Zaxiana. Which is into Bertrude. Bertrude blocked and banished. One score, all Core needs to trigger the rekindling, but Anor does like they have 10 of that. Zaxiana. Oh, has an opening here. Core the throw. And that is the rekindling triggering, meaning one score, all Core needs to take the win here. Anor still needs 2. Anor with Tizo. The throw. No good. Oh, for a second there, you thought maybe Core could have gotten through with Bertrude. But Anor in position defensively, and now it's her on the attack, but she's blocked. Banishes one of the defenders. Banishes another defender. Opening for Anor. The other side of the pyre. Oh, can't get the throw off in time. Core not quick enough, though. Did Core use his Crone Salute? I think he did. Anor defenseless here, and Core takes the win, tying up the series at 2 apiece. GG. Oh, we are in for quite the match, it seems. Reverse sweep? I don't know. It might be. It might be. It could only be this way. It could only be this way. Oh, man. Oh, man. Game 5. All right, we had a song request. I believe it was Silver. Let me know what you'd like for that one. And then did we come to a conclusion as to whether we were going to allow the arena request for this one, or do we think that's too altering of the landscape?
Yeah, no arena request.
No arenas? Okay, so let's hold the arena request, because yeah, that can influence the outcome of the right more directly than, I mean, the song, for the most part, doesn't at all. We let the scribes, especially for this one, we gotta let the scribes decide, exactly. So yeah, happy to do the arena request once we're done with the series, but at least for this one, we will let fate decide. Sermon intro, good idea. Good idea. Definitely. Definitely. Fall of Solium, I mean, I get the Fall of Solium.
We already played Fall. So
We have played Fall, though. That is true. We did have the first one on Fall. Okay. So, we have Sermon Intro. We already had Fall of Solium, so we'll keep this one random for this one. And Silver, if you want to request the arena for the next match after this, then you're welcome to do so. In terms of the other stuff, I mean...
He wants you to not commentate and just put the voice on, basically.
Mm-hmm. I mean, though... Oh, and also... Oh, before I forget... You guys were saying you wanted to turn up the volume on Tariq Bot. Let me do that too. Okay, that's a little bit louder. Yeah, I don't know, chat. I mean, my job is kind of to commentate on these.
Yeah, we hate automation.
Yeah, what do you want for the song? Parker rules, so Linz is the voice. Yeah, chat, is this too loud on the song? I turned it up a reasonable bit. Obviously, it's a little harder to tell when we're actually just on the menu, but... Like, to me, this is pretty loud, but I don't know for you. It might be a little bit different. Shop theme from... Oh, okay, what's the name of it? Remind me what the name of it is. Final Expense? Okay, and there's also a more intense version of this one. Are you talking the default version, or are you talking the amped up version of it? Try not to describe that in greater detail to avoid spoilers, but I think you know what I mean. Okay, so it's just called Final Expense and only Final Expense? Okay. Oh, I misspelled that. Hold on. Misspelled the command part. The easy part. Okay. There we have... Oh, this initially is quite quiet. There we go. An age-old battle indeed. I mean, if you... Like, you can see on Discord what I did. It's not even like I misspelled any words. I put an equals sign in the command, which is just not a thing. But also, I'm pretty sure there's a Disney song about that tale as old as time. Alright, so, well, chat. We are in for quite the treat. This little impromptu scuffle, this rumpus, if you will, between Korra and Anor. Best 3 out of 5, and wouldn't have it any other way. It goes to round 5. Whoever wins this match takes the series and wins all the pride and bragging rights and whatnot, I guess. So, without further ado, let's hop in. Oh, the Rich of Gold, okay.
Here you may yet prove your worth. Only the righteous shall emerge victorious.
Hick Barker, I beg you. We'll see. We'll see. The Ridge is a very neutral arena. Just about anything could work here.
Who shall strive for freedom?
So, of course, once again, they'll send in their teams to Phaler as a third party. And that way, they'll be locked in. They won't be able to adjust and counterpick their opponent. Yeah, the reason why... You want the behind the curtain. The reason why, initially, I did not commentate on the final match of RITE Nites is because usually, by the end of 4 or 5 hours of streaming, I had lost my voice and couldn't commentate anymore. And also, we usually have the Never to Return playing there, and that's kind of thematic for Fall of Solium, Liberation Rite, given how it's the Liberation Rite. But yeah, since it's the beginning of the night, and I still have my voice, I can commentate. And Ichigak, thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Arumi, Arumi, oh my goodness, Arumi, you came just in time. Chat, catch Arumi up here. We have Arumi. Oh man, you missed out. I'm sorry, you did miss out a little bit, but you're just in time for the conclusion of what is an impromptu best 3 out of 5 series between Korra and Anor. Korra threw down the gauntlet, Anor picked it up. They're fighting over something for some reason, and we've had every single right in the series come down to 1 score, and we are tied 2-2. This is the final match of the series, sudden death. Whoever wins this wins the series. You have come just in time. We are all locked in. Korra, you are good to go whenever you're ready. Exactly. Oh man. So of course, they've had plenty of time to study their opponents, predict what strategies they might expect to get used against them. So will they adjust it all here? Or will they stick with what they feel most comfortable with? Korra goes with first an exploding worm. I think we saw him go down for Siege Chance as well, so potentially some extra damage there. Power casting Nomad in the first spot for Anor. Don't think we've seen her use much of that yet in this series. Oh, was that Korra loading up on all the Pyre life and rekindling? There is beef today, indeed. This is true. Okay, Nor, noticeably does not go down. Does not go down for the Numbing Gust. Does still take 10 rekindling. But that means, for possibly the first time yet, we will not have Korra unable to sprint, jump, throw, or use any of their special abilities when everyone is banished on Anor's side. Maybe she's planning to take another sap here. We have seen her every once in a while go this route. It's not, at least originally, was not her go-to sap strat, but she started to use that a little bit more, that composition. Ooh, very defensive here from Anor. 2 Nomads. 1 for power cast and 1 for a bigger aura. Interesting approach. We'll see if it pays off. 4. Lady River. He has 2 worms. Oh, big cast there from Headwind. Here's the question. Anor has the defensive setup here. Does she have the offensive setup? Oh, I think I know what we're going to see here. We saw it for a split second as Headwind plunges there. But Anor may be looking to throw those shields on the Nomads as they hop forward. Oh. Tricky play there by Korra. Anor was expecting the jump, and Korra just never did it. Snuck under the defender that time. Solid reverse psychology strats there. That's what I'm talking about. We may see Anor hopping in with the Nomads, and then switching over to the sap to shield those Nomads, allowing them to more aggressively push forward. That may be the play, and Anor does have some leech as well, so that's a 20 damage plunge plus 10 Pyre life back for her. Just walked up slowly and plunged. There is the Stunning Flame, slowing everyone down, although it doesn't allow Korra to have the only player capable of moving, which is usually what you're trying to do with that Stunning Flame. Well shielded once again from Anor. So that does seem to be the way she's planning to get her offense. Clever strat. Oh, that's an exploding worm, though. Gotta be careful about those. Here comes Korra with Gilman. Trying to sneak through, find an opening. The throw does land. For a second there, that looked like it was going to be short, but had Siege Chance active, which means he actually got up to 19 damage there. Nor with big power casts. Korra currently with just Lady River. Trying to avoid said cast. There's the Stunning Flame. This is what Korra's looking for. Everyone is stunned except for Gilman, allowing him to speed on through and throw this in uncontested for 15. Moonwalking but lethal. You know, we might need to call it moonwalking. We might need to call it that. That is aptly named, I think. Ooh, and Korra sneaks in for an 11 damage throw and also 10 leech from RITE NITE. So Korra back up to 100. Big explosion there. Korra looking to do Seize Chance, I think just a second too late there, as he was trying to once again make it such that he had the only exile capable of moving at the time. Well shielded from Anor. Sets up this plunge for 20. Didn't see the text there to indicate leech. No. Seems like Lendl does not have it, but Headwind does. So Anor still at 50 Pyre life. Oh, and there is a well-timed stunning claim from Korra. Throws this one in for 25. And that means either a sap score or a seized chance worm score for full damage would both be sufficient to at least trigger the rekindling. Oh, and Korra does land the stunning claim that time. However, Anor able to hold on just long enough to withstand it and gets in for the counter plunge there. And 10 leech as well on it, so she's back at 35, which means now Korra does need 2 scores to trigger that rekindling. And that is a significant threshold. That's 12 damage on that throw, and 10 leech back for Korra. So, depending on if Seize Chance is active, which it looks like it is, that is sufficient to trigger the rekindling. Now, Anor does still have some leech. Oh. Clever play there. For a second there, it looked like Anor was frozen, but perhaps just messing with Korra's head. But currently defenseless is Anor. This throw from Korra to finish it. It's short. Anor does still have some leech with Headwind. Can she make that happen so that she's no longer just inches from running out of Pyre life? Here is Headwind, but he goes down.
Positively brutish.
4. With Gilman. Oh, goes in for the explosion. Faked the throw. Headwind biding some time. Back to Headwind. Headwind is blocked and banished. That is the risk, though, is of course that perhaps Korra knows that that is the plan that Anor has. Just keeping his eye on Headwind, making sure that he doesn't make any dangerous moves. As he goes down here. Or looking to counter. Speeds in for the winning plunge, and the reverse sweep is real. GG. Korra takes the series.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Unbelievable. Well played, you two. Every match so close.
Stars align.
They believed. Well fought on both sides. Well played. What a
Now
series.
that'll teach Anor not to talk about iRotor again.
So yeah, Anor went up 2-0, and then Korra won 3 in a row. Exactly. Initially, it looked like it was going all Anor's way, and then somehow Korra had some special sauce, some secret formula, broke it out, and walked away with the win. Alright, no worries, Nor. Thanks for stopping by. Good to have you, and of course, if you want to hop in later, you're welcome to do so. What a comeback from Korra. Well played, both of you. Alright, so, sounds like Anor will be hopping out for a little bit here. Korra, do you want to stick around? You want to swap out as well? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I was saying for a few more, but then I'll probably hop out.
Okay, so that means we're looking for one more to jump in here to play against Korra. Is there anyone who would like to do so? In the meantime, I am going to tell Tariq Bots to leave right as the song ends, conveniently, and turn back on the in-game music. So, does anyone dare to take on Korra after that strong showing? I don't know. Korra is clearly in form right now. Has a lot of momentum behind him. Is anyone feeling bold enough to take on that challenge? Arumi! Arumi will hop in. Sure thing. Let me send you an invite here. There you are. Invite sent. Exactly. Arumi doesn't know fear. That is the blessing in disguise of Arumi having just shown up to see only the last match of that series. Didn't see the dramatic momentum swing. Didn't quite get the full effect. Is not quite as rattled as the rest of chat. Korra might not be in Arumi's head right now. Artemis Fowl? Oh no. Oh no. Alright. Let's turn Sermon Intro on. I think we had... Please, no. Please, don't do it. This will, of course, be Arumi's first match of the night, and so perhaps we give him the chance to warm up a bit first. Up to you, though, chat. Up to you. Let me swap around the names here. Arumi, which triumvirate would you like to be? Also, I think we had an arena request that we had delayed while we were doing the series, and so I think it was Silver. If you want to have that arena request now, then let us know what you want to see. Arumi is going Essence. Okay, let me set you up with that. Let me set you up. Not Nightwings. But yes, Essence. There you are. So yeah, let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see between these two. Of course, Korra's had plenty of time to warm up. Arumi has crashed. Arumi has not warmed up, nor is Pyre currently running on his computer. So let us change that. Invite resent. Confidence of the gods and skill of the sandals. And of course, by sandals, you mean sandalwoods, right? Right. Seems to have been holding up, for the most part, to our mods, but I think the biggest barrier is usually remote play itself. The game is scared of Arumi. That may be. As I said, I thought we had an arena request that was lying in the wait, so let me know if you'd like to redeem that now. Otherwise, we can, of course, just get started here between these two. First matchup between Korra and Arumi. So let's make that happen. Oh, you hear that. I know you hear that. Those are some imps. We saw one of the matches between Korra and Anor take place here previously. So it is a familiar location for Korra. Of course, whenever you see the Alakalamer, you do wonder if perhaps, the idea might occur to one of the players, perhaps even both of the players, that, well, there's a certain composition that you might maybe be more open to considering when you're at this arena. But Arumi is very much a fan of using the crones to plunge for scores, and that's what he does here with Bertrude with prayer beads. And we did see Korra on a few occasions use a Luminous Idol Harp, so he sticks with that here. That means whenever he picks up the orb with that harp, it will regain all of its stamina.
I'm going Chastity sound, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay. Going Chastity theme. Power casting Snadra in the second spot there for Arumi. And it's an extra jumping distance Lady River in the last spot there for Korra. And it's the Hope Egg on Jody for Arumi to round things out. So here we go. First match between Korra and Arumi today. Huge power cast from Snadra, looking to take some victims here, although it comes up shy. And Snadra even goes down to the exploding saplings. Here comes Jody, though, bulldozing through. Clearing out some space for Bertrude. As I said, one of Arumi's preferred scorers, but oh, for a second there, that looked like a throw. No, that was just the orb happening to get thrown out in that direction once Bertrude went down. Or claims the orb, but Arumi stops that. Or, oh, sets up an advanced sapling here, and has perhaps some time. Oh, unless Jody rushes Manly down. Or sidesteps, gets the orb back, and plunges for 20. Wall of imps to the side here, but Arumi is unfazed and jumps in for 30 with Bertrude. Well-placed sapling for Korra. Manly versus Jody. Remember, those saplings can explode. Also, deflect casts back at the caster. Took down one of Arumi's exiles, but it's all just set up for Bertrude. She does go down, though. Big cast from Snadra. Her against Zoxiana. Zoxiana sidesteps. Oh, and clears out some room here. Plunging for 20. Arumi blocked and banished with Bertrude. Force counterattack. The throw is just short and just wide. Snadra looking to clear out some space with some power cast before she gets the orb back. And gives it up to Bertrude. Bertrude is blocked. Still in it here, though. Banishes a defender. And if Arumi is quick, may have just enough time. No. Korra back in time to banish Bertrude. Or getting rid of some defenders, trying to set up a sniping outpost for his sap. Could this be it? Yes, it is. Lands the throw for 25. Bertrude rushes in, but goes down. Snadra casts, goes back and banishes her. Jody versus Oxiana. Snadra trying to get rid of Zoxiana. The imp slows her down, but she does still make it in for 20. Once again, the sapling deflecting the cast back, clearing out some space for Korra, and this throw lands for the winning score. GG.
Good game.
What a crushing victory it was. The right.
Yeah, it's always... At first, it's like, oh, I didn't even expect it. And then, even when you know it's going to happen, you're like, oh man, it's a lot bigger than you realize. Alright, well, chat, let us know if there's anything you would like to see for this next one. I think some people were talking earlier about some randomized modes and what have you, and of course we can do that by turning customize off, so if that is of interest, let us know. We can make it happen. Otherwise, you're welcome to request specific things as well if you'd like. And there it is. All it took was a little reminder, a little invitation. and Brawlenbert turns Customize off. So that means it is of interest, indeed. It means randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Also means we won't even get to see what it is in advance. We're going to get thrown straight in, and the guessing game will begin. And it's possible we could see triple zaps, we could see triple harps, we could see something that makes a whole lot of sense, we could see something that makes no sense at all. Only time will tell. So let's see.
Oh, I had a song request. But okay.
Oh, hold on. We can still do it. We can still do it. Through Asphodel. We can do it. There we go. And yeah, chat, is this? On my end, this music sounds a little bit loud, but the volume tends to come out a little bit different for me versus for you, so let me know if this still feels like this is the right level for the TreatBot music. It's definitely louder than the in-game music, so at least by that metric. In the back of my mind, I'm like, this seems kind of loud. Well, let's jump in here. Again, customize off. So let's see what our players end up with here. Okay, it's the book. And for core, it's a harp, a cur, and a sap. For Rumi, it's a nomad, a savage, and a worm. We saw one of Korra's talismans started by dealing 10 damage to Arumi's Pyre. So we know that much. As Korra, whoa! Throws it in for 33 means he must have extra damage of some variety, either the extra throwing damage or the extra damage but reduced hope. Also saw the shoulder smash on Arumi's Nomad, Headwind. Oh, explosive temper on Dalbert for core means at least somewhat right side. Have to keep an eye out for how many jumps that cur has, but I think that means by definition he may not be able to have 3, at most just 2. Here is Dalbert. That's 1 jump. Is it just 1? Well, he plunges here for 20. Lady River, her throw lands for 15. Stowaway intercepts. Is on the move here, but she gets chased down. Casting duel. Oh, look at that. Suddenly, no one to stop Korra here, except Korra hesitates. And now Arumi back defensively. There's the shoulder smash. Headwind. Lady River with an opening. So she throws it in for 15 uncontested. Shoulder smash once again. Headwind doing work. Dalbert. Oh, his throw is intercepted. Headwind now. He's blocked. Gets rid of one of the defenders, though. Blocked again, but still in it. Now he goes down. Dalbert doing work defensively. No one back to defend until Headwind returns. Here he is. He chases down Dalbert. Was that a bottled void on the stowaway for Arumi? Did I just see the bottled void there? What's up, Steel Wolf? What is Pyre? Pyre is basically Magic Fantasy Basketball. They're trying to get into the opposing team's fire right there, as you just saw, and in doing so, they deal damage. If they can reduce their opponent's Pyre's life to 0, as you see 70 on one side, 2 on the other, if that reduces to 0, then that player loses. So similar to many sports in that way, trying to score on your opponent. Different series of abilities, and character skills, and items that allow them to do different combinations of things to make their strategies, make their approach more effective. Here's Arumi. Uses shoulder smash to actually get rid of one of the defenders. Now currently, Korra defenses both players defenseless. Looks like Korra may be the first one to get out of banishment. Magic basketball in short. Ooh, big snipe there for Arumi. Time to throw this one in for 20. Arumi not going down without a fight. Arumi intercepts. Has it now with Lady River. She goes down, but still has it with, the stowaway. Oh, not within range for the throw. Arumi back defensively. For a second there, it looked like that might have been all Korra needed. Lady River blocked and banished. Or once again, banished though with Zaxiana. Here's Arumi with the stowaway. She's blocked. Banishes one defender, but gets banished by the second. Arumi with Lady River. Throw is blocked. A well-placed sapling from Korra. That is absolutely bottled void with the stowaway. Headwind. Oh, can't find a way through. Delbert for Korra. Sneaks in for the winning plunge. GG.
Good game.
Well played. And that was a randomized match, of course. Customized turned off. So you never know exactly what you're going to get. Eventual Vow, no... Yeah, that was an exploding headwind, wasn't it? Bottled Void, Savage, Black Heart... Oh, I did not realize that was Black Heart or your Worm. That is a crazy set of talismans there. Alright, well, chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for the next one. We're having to make it happen. In the meantime, I am going to tell Tariqbot to leave. And turn back on the in-game music. There we are. Extra damage on Sap. Yeah, saw that. No idea on the Harp. Quick throw and Kurt. Really? I did not notice the quick throws on the Kurt. Oh, look at this. For masteries, 100% either left side or right side. No mixing and matching. You think Tariqbot was rocking a little too hard? Just a little bit? My personal preference would probably be to turn him down a little bit.
Can one exile be all left and the other exile be all right?
Yeah, clarifying question. Does every exile on the team need to be the same side masteries, or can one exile be all left side, the next exile be all right side, and so on and so forth? The second one. Now I already forget which one I said second. Was that mixing and matching? I think the second one was mixing and matching, if needed. Okay, yes, you can mix and match. So, an individual exile needs to have all masteries on either the left side or the right side, but if you want to have your first exile be all left side and your second exile be all right side, that's fine. Ooh, yes, Arumi. We have not seen enough Pit of Malith yet today. You are absolutely correct about that. You are absolutely correct about that. Okay. Anything else? We have an arena. We have requested masteries as well. Will that be it? It looks like it may be.
You may want to turn on customize.
Oh, yes. Yes. This is true. This is true.
The chastity shall confront the essence.
Alright, so each individual exile must have all masteries on either the left side or the right side. How will that affect which characters they choose to take? For Korra goes all left side on the sap. That means no rekindling. That's what he's passing out, but he is getting numbing gusts and the extra exploding saplings and all that. It's Pamitha for Arumi. Savages are tough because they have great masteries on both sides of the tree. Speed Pamitha to be exact. Time to play some ping pong. Oh, maybe that's what Arumi had in mind. Okay. Sounds like all left side Pamitha from Arumi then. Speaking of speed, that's what Korra goes for here with Tizo. I think that was an all-right side, meaning the powerful portals is what he's going for there. Then Tamitha all-right side for Arumi, giving him more of the casting-centric stuff like Fell Swoop, allowing him to explode in an aura burst when he does his casts. Then a power casting Snadra in the last spot for Korra. Oh, what is this? When Arumi said some ping pong harps, looks like he was not kidding. He was not exaggerating. Because that is triple harps. I don't know if we've ever seen the blue harp like that before. That looks cool. Alright, let the ping pong resume. And Arumi rides that momentum into the Pyre for 20 damage. No prayer beads, though, on Tamitha, so that means that she's out for this round, but here comes Arumi again. Plunges once again for 20 with his second harp. Now that leaves him Tamitha-less for this round. Tamitha looking to get the stamina back, and then, oh, no time, though, to do so. Arumi just trying to bounce off the walls as much as possible to gain as much momentum as possible, but Korra currently laying siege on Arumi's Pyre. Arumi defenseless for the moment, at least until Tamitha returns, but now she gets the orb. Arumi needs the stamina, uses it, but gets banished. And is defenseless, at least until, whoa! Korra through the portal and into the Pyre for 20, and with 10 leech on Snadra as well, I do believe. She's now out for this round, though, as she did not have prayer beads. Now Saxiana to fend off against Korra's attack here. Though currently, all of Korra's exile is banished. That sets up the Numbing Gust, so Arumi cannot sprint, jump, throw, or use any of their special abilities, which perhaps is what led to him ending up in that sapling aura. Oh. Fly around all the way around the Pyre there for Korra, but does eventually find the way in for 15 on his plunge there from Tizo. Family. Banished. Snadra for Korra. Perhaps waiting for reinforcements, or waiting to get rid of all of Arumi's exiles, but Arumi took Typhoon Bottle, which is functionally the same as Korra's Numbing Gust. So both players, perhaps, will need to avoid banishing all of the opposing players unless they're right in front of the Pyre and can just walk it in. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. Oh, and Korra going for the wall-bouncing throws with Manly. Arumi back off the wall. Oh, but gets shoulder smashed by Snadra. Korra's having none of it. Pass from Snadra, gets rid of one, gets rid of two. Snadra over the defender. Oh, and gets pushed in by the harp. Little bit of assistance there as she makes it in for 20. Well shielded from Korra. Gets pushed back, eventually into his own sapling. Now Arumi on the counter. There is the speed Arumi's looking for. Wow, that was fast. Arumi, remember, as you just saw there, harps are capable of destroying saplings. Arumi sneaks in here.
The essence seem to want their freedom more.
Oh, but does Korra have an opening here for his throw? He's thinking about going off the wall. Which angle will he go for? Oh, he almost had it. He almost had it. Arumi, does he have the stamina? Yes, he does. Plunges for 20. Dropping Korra down to 20, and remember, Korra went all left side, which means he does not have any rekindling, even if he has a sap, so one score is all Arumi needs here, as long as the full 20 damage from any of his harps. Snadra outmaneuvers the defender, and plunges for 20, and leeches 10, and suddenly, that means Korra is no longer at risk of going down with one score here. Both players potentially may need to. Korra, if he is to score with his sap for the full damage, may be able to get the job done with just one. Korra defenseless here. Does trigger that Numbing Gust. Oh, Arumi tried to get clever going off the wall, but didn't have the angle right. So went down to the sapling. Or thinking about the portal, but Arumi has it covered. Through it Korra goes, and yet somehow avoids getting banished. Sets up the portal right on top of Arumi's Pyre. Arumi is in trouble if Korra is to get the orb back. He has what is more or less an automatic score. Here comes Korra through the portal and in for the winning plunge. GG.
Such a well-conducted victory.
I wanted to try to get a big long throw on the wall, but it's kind of hard when he has 3 harps.
Did you take the range throw on Manly there? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, saps have a long throw, but it didn't seem like it was, by default, quite as long as what you were showing there.
Until the next.
Arumi, I actually practiced the ping pong harps, but I found it wasn't good if you go all right side or all left side. You kind of have to mix them. So then that's why I didn't do it.
Okay, well, let's reset here, but chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for the next one.
I'll do one more and then I'll hop out.
Okay, so heads up, chat. If anyone else wants to jump in here, Korra's looking to switch soon. So prepare yourself accordingly in that case. Okay, Cacao Frubert, if we are not yet Steam friends, which I don't think we are, my Steam friend code is in the Right Club Discord server, which are you in the Right Club Discord server right now? If so, then it is, it's pinned in the main channel, the Black Wagon, and you can just send me an invite there. If you are not in it, then you can hop in by clicking the link that is theoretically supposed to show up when I type that in. There it is. Thanks, Nightbot. Okay, not seeing any requests though. In Elite, not as of yet. Skydance, okay. Maybe that one would have been fitting for the previous right with all the wall bouncing harps. So we have a song. Will that be all though? Is that all we'd like to see? Looks like it may be. So let's get this one started then.
The chastity shall
Okay, it's the
take
ridge.
on the essence. Welcome. Who
As we are saying, in what may very well be the last match between Korra and Arumi, at least for tonight, have either one of them been holding back, waiting to unveil a secret strat.
Udmilda.
Arumi goes with a quick throwing Udmilda. Of course, those chrome throws are unblockable, making them dangerous. Same can be said for worm throws, though, and that's what Korra took in his first spot, with Gilman. Oh. Oh. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. But okay, false alarm. False alarm. It's just a Titan Tooth Ignarius, so he will stun anyone that he jumps into.
I actually don't think a demon has. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Arumi played a demon, but like between me and Anor, there was no demon that was played.
Huh. Yeah, that may be the case. Did Anor ever use... Anor might have used Jody at one point. Anor, if you're still in chat, do you remember...
No, I don't think so.
Did you ever use Jody? I don't remember.
It's a deluge.
Big Cast Deluge.
Exile.
And Arumi finishes with a Titan Tooth Exile of his own. In his case, it's an Imp. So here we go. Arumi, oh, the jump is just shy of the Pyre. Here comes Gareth. And he is just too stylish to be stopped as he plunges for 20.
Adversary's flame.
Prayer Beads on him means that he's back. It's Arumi on the attack, though. Banishes Gareth. Banishes Ignarius as well, and this throw is unblockable. So Arumi with a well set up throw here. We did, of course, though, see that Korra took some starting Pyre life. So he's still at 105 here, even after that score. Arumi brings back Deluge with that banishment from his Imp, I believe. Or might have even been Valiant Return, actually. So we did see Arumi took the Titan Tooth, not the Webland Thorn, on his Imp. Oh, except here comes Korra now with Gilman. Sidesteps one defender, hops over the second, and in here for 15.
Good.
Race for the orb, and Gareth
Flames of
wins it and gets into the Pyre. Milda gets rid of one defender, but gets banished by the second. Here's Ignarius, trying to avoid Deluge. The Deluge does not have them. Oh,
Oh, can you pause it? Something went wrong.
something does seem to be off.
Something went really wrong.
I saw Arumi seem to be behaving in an odd manner. I didn't see if weird things were happening for you as well, Korra.
Yeah, my controller didn't work, and then all my exiles were just moving in one direction.
Okay, because I saw Arumi just kind of stood there. For a second, I thought Arumi was just
Yeah.
playing mind games, and then he was going to do something at the last second as soon as your exile got right next to him, and then Arumi didn't do anything. I was like, that was kind of strange. But okay, let me uninvite and reinvite the two of you. Let's just get a little remote play reset here. Steam, what are you doing? Okay, let's see. We had Core, you were player one, right? So I'm gonna invite you first, and I'll invite Arumi second, because maybe that will help remote play understand who is supposed to go where. There we go. Okay, we've got Core in. Oh no, remote play. Okay, well, hold on. I may understand what is happening here.
I am all of the control.
Core is all of the controllers. It may have, for some reason, decided that in mid-right, that was the way things were supposed to go. How do I just get rid of it? Just go away. Go away. This controller does not exist. This controller is a lie. This controller is a lie. Please remove
I
this.
think you dragged the green control from the bottom to Arumi, the two.
If only it let me do that.
Yeah.
If only I
Let me
were
try to
allowed
unplug.
to do that. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Oh, that made Arumi player
Okay.
one. Okay, I messed
Okay.
around a little bit with the controls from
Alright.
there as you were doing that. Let me swap you because I just made Arumi player one. There we go. In theory, remote play is behaving now, but that is merely a theory. A game theory. What? Lids, wrong thing. Okay, you know what? Fair.
Is Lids Matt Bat?
What? I mean, have you ever seen us in the same place at the same time? I'm just saying.
That's just a game theory.
All right. Well, I believe we have both of you back in. Why don't we let's just resume for a split second to verify that you are controlling the correct teams, and then I'll give you guys a countdown. So it looks like Arumi is back. Korra, I can see out the corner of the screen. Does that seem right?
Good.
Okay. Do you want me to give you a countdown here? Should I pause and give you the countdown from there, or are we good?
Just count down here.
Okay.
Go 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Milda's throw is unblockable, but it's slightly short. Or on the counterattack. Oh, that's Titan Tooth. In fact, that might have been a double Titan Tooth. No, it was, in fact, actually Arumi stunning Korra there. This is Ignarius, who has Titan Tooth before. Block. And Milda gets sniped. Gareth hops in for 20. Lid's lore goes really deep, man. Oh, there is the crone salute from Arumi. And yet Gareth is too stylish. He just doesn't care. Too stylish to turn into a howler, confirmed. And Unmilda throws it in for 30 here. Gareth once again. Or just needs one score here, and that could have been it. Arumi was up to it. Able to stop Gareth this time. Unmilda vanished on the Pyre's doorstep. Deluge trying to get rid of Ignarius. Ignarius continues his way forward here. Now he goes down. Arumi. Milda. Time to get the throw off. Yes, and it lands for 30. So Arumi is not done yet. Has the orb here. Oh, but Korra teleports to it with Gareth. Milda again. Oh, Ignarius is ready. Gilman. He's stopped. But here comes Gareth for the follow-up and the win. Ever so stylish.
Their pyre burns whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
GG.
Okay, GG's. I'm out.
All right. Thank you, Korra. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Lids.
And we'll catch you next time. All right, that means, chat, we're looking for someone to hop in for Korra. I think we had 1 or 2 people who had expressed some interest there. I think Cacao, you had said, perhaps, you were thinking about jumping in. Are you still interested and available? Is this still the case? Yes? Awesome. Okay, did you send me a Steam friend request? Let me double check. You did. You did. Let me then. Did you though? Steam. Steam. Do I have a friend request, Steam? Steam, you would tell me if I had a friend request, right? There, now it's popping up. Here you are. Okay. Oh, were we already friends on Steam? Hold on. Were we? We might have... Oh, wait. Wait a second. Okay. Were you the person... I feel like there was that one time when someone said that they needed a... We needed to become friends on Steam. Was it last week? And then we immediately thereafter, I got a friend request from somebody, and I accepted it. I assumed it was the person who said that they were just sending me a friend request to hop in, and it turned out it was not. And so I accepted a friend request from what at the time seemed like a complete stranger, and I was like, okay. But that person may have been you. That person may have been you. That's cool. That's cool. That's fine. That did in fact happen. Was it? Yes, it was. It was Potato, right? Potato said they were going to send me a friend request, and then immediately afterward, I got a friend request from someone who was not Potato. I accepted it, realizing only afterward that it was not Potato. It's like, okay, hopefully that is not, not going to be a bad thing. But okay. Let me throw this back on. And in that case, let me see. You are right there. Okay. So, I've sent you the invite. And what team would you like to be? And what name would you like for us to refer to you by? Cow, something else. You have a team of choice. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Is Steam doing the thing where it's denying you control? Yep, it's doing the thing where it's denying you controls. Okay. Are you a mouse keyboard player or are you a controller player? I am guessing the answer is mouse keyboard. But you should be able to do stuff now. Mouse? Okay, there you go. Should be able to move around now, in theory. And if so, we should probably take a quick look at our mouse controls to see if this looks right to you, because it may not be the defaults. Just as a heads up. Does that look right to you? I think, this is presumably Anor's go-to setup, and I think Anor, you do what? You do WASD, but with a few small changes. I forget to what specifically. But yeah, you might want to switch things around, like salute might be different, yeah. Does that look good? All right. Awesome. Okay, so let's head on back. And I think... Oh, yeah. Right now... Oh, it put you on player 2. Okay. I'll switch things around then in that case, but... You want to be the accusers? Let's get Arumi onto the essence once again then. Okay, so this will be Arumi. This will be you. Is the accusers your team of choice? Swap around some names here. This will not be Korra. This will be Arumi. And Arumi is not playing himself. No. Can't imagine changing key bindings. Always forget the defaults. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. And you're like, what did I change it to this time? I don't remember. Okay, and should we refer to you by Cacao? What's your preference? If I played against myself, I would win. Bold statement, but I think you might be right about that. Let's see, so we'll switch around who is on the essence here as well. What Shaw? Whatever works for you, whichever team you like. Arumi has currently laid claim to the essence, but other than that, you're free to take whatever you'd like. So if the accusers are who you want to be, that's totally fine. If you want to be the Nightwings, the Pyre Hearts, whomever, is totally cool. I mean, obviously there's one objectively correct answer, but accusers? Okay. No worries. Alright. Nice. So, oh, and we do have an Exiles request. Okay, so heads up, this will be Cacau's first match ever with the RITE Club. So, you know, maybe show mercy a little bit, but up to you. They need to be exiled longer than 10 years. Whoa! Oh, that is a cool request. Okay, that's gonna take a little bit of extra looking into the lore, yeah. Alright, I like it. I like it. Okay. Oh, we had Skydance last time. Let's reset that, though. Go back to random here. Do imps... Oh, good question. Clarifying question. Do imps count? Because no. Wait, no as in no, they are not allowed? Siak, Wormish, how's it going? Admittedly, I may very well have completely butchered your name. But how's it going? How are you? Okay, clarifying that imps are not allowed with this request. You have finally procured a controller. Nice. Okay, I think we may be good to go here. Good to go? Alright, let's do it. Our first RITE ever with Cacao here, and so welcome to the RITE Club.
The essence.
Oh, and naturally it's on the boat. Okay, so we do have a request from chat, specifically that you can only take exiles who have been exiled for 10 years or more, and so you can double check that by clicking on, I believe it's the sort of image directly to the right of all of their stats that kind of looks like a person's silhouette. So you can verify there. Oh, Rumi's on player 2. Really? Hold on. Did we? Really? You sure about that, Arumi? Hold on. Hold on, remote play. What have you done, remote play? Yes. And it's tried to make Arumi player 2, which is kind of silly. Okay, Arumi, theoretically, you are now player 1. As to whether Pyre will allow us to do that, remote play will allow us to do that mid-RITE, that perhaps remains to be seen. But is this any better? Nope. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna uninvite you and reinvite you, Arumi. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. And hopefully that means that remote play will realize that you ought to be player 1. Let's see. Is that what it's gonna put you on here?
Just choose.
No, it still wants you to be player 2. The heck? Okay. In that case, what do we say, at least for this first match? We'll just have you two switch sides here, where Cal will be, I guess I'll switch the names on here then. We'll have, you'll be playing as the other triumvirate, yes. Yes, true. But in the interest of, well, having you guys actually play a match, we'll just have Arumi play as the accusers here and have Cacao play as the essence. And, of course, in the next match, you can switch around your triumvirates if you'd like. Remote play, man. It insisted. It insisted. It's like, oh, you wanted to be player 1? Yes, but actually no. And Cacao goes with the Webland Thorn Imp in the first spot. It's a strong defensive choice. Oh, true! Oh, I totally forgot about the request though. Okay, hold on. Let's try to reset this. Because remember, we were specifically going to just have it such that it was going to be exiles that have been banished for 10 years or more. Okay, but now we can actually have you two take the teams you want to take while we're on this screen. So let's actually do this while we're at it, and we can reset. Okay, so this way, like, this is the thing that threw me for a loop was we very much should have had Arumi player 1 and Cacao player 2 because Arumi's on controller, Cacao's on mouse keyboard, so that makes 0 sense for remote play. Still can't control player 2 either? The heck? Okay, maybe that's all we need then. Hopefully, after that it will work. But yeah, no imps, and exiles must be at least banished for 10 years. Did we end up on a random boat here? Or did we... Oh no, okay. Paul Solium instead. Okay, so again, you can double check by clicking on the silhouette to the right of all the stats there. Like, Volfred, is he banished for 10 years? He's close. He might be 12. Yeah, like this up here. This is me doing this if you're wondering why this is funny. But, like, only 9 years for Volfred. Okay, well, Manly for 20. So, if you want to go sap route, you can definitely use Manly. Did I switch the sigils? Oh, are the sigils now? Yeah, we switched the sigils on the game, but not on stream. I can switch that around in just a second. Once Cacao's done selecting, Arumi, if you give me just a second, I will make that switch now. So, Essence is there, and Accusers are there. There we go. Is that correct now? It should be, yeah. There we are. Okay. Proceed, Arumi. So again, has to have been banished for 10 years or more. Imps are still not allowed. So Headwind, not allowed either. Snadra, if you want to go, the Nomad route, pretty sure you can take Snadra. That one's a safe bet. If your team had to average to at least 10 years banished or more, then taking Snadra would allow you to take anyone else. Ooh, are any of the worms banished for 10 years? Oh, and all the modded ones may be unknown. Ooh. Very long time for Udmilda. Lendl, not quite. Yeah, I mean, how restrictive is this request, actually? No Tamitha. Definitely go the Crone route. And obviously go Snadra, as we were saying. Or are there... Oh yeah, so I guess you can take a Nomad with Snadra, if needed. Can't play it all because the reader hasn't been banished for 10 years. The reader in the campaign hasn't, but what about us? What about the readers here in the Right Club? How long have we been banished for? Any of us been banished for 10 years? Maybe. And of course, Arumi is a fan of the Crones, and so probably quite pleased to see that there are several Crones available to him. I don't think you can take any worms. Oh, and so for modded exiles with all the unknowns, what's the decision on those? Are any of them usable, or are all of those disallowed? Because Zaxiana is unknown. Can we take her? Otherwise, harps are not allowed either. No worms, no harps.
Exile.
Modded are good? Okay, cool. So if you want to take any of the modded exiles, you can. What if I can't read? I mean, you might have gotten banished for other reasons. Insubordination. Churlish. So Arumi goes Ignarius, and here we go, our first RITE with Cacao. So welcome to the RITE Club. Pleasure to have you. Arumi first the orb here with Snadra, but she goes down. Gertrude sneaking through the other way, and she plunges for 30. She had prayer beat, so she's coming back. Snipe from Snadra, gets rid of 2. But she's blocked. Here comes Cacao. Manly down. Snadra versus Snadra. Cacao with Zaxiana. Blocked. Oh, and Titan Tooth will stun Arumi, giving Cacao the chance to banish. Zaxiana trying to avoid Snadra. Oh, but gets shoulder smashed. Eventually, Snadra is able to chase Zaxiana down. Gertrude now for Arumi. Looking for an opening, but she's blocked. Still in it here, though. Has the orb back as well. Hops and sneaks in for 30. Now, locks down the orb with the sapling. Oh, but huge banishments there from Snadra. But Snadra takes out Snadra. As well as Gertrude. Now on the attack with Zaxiana. Gets rid of it. Oh, and Snadra picks it up. Snadra banished, but now it's Gertrude on the attack. She's quick.
In the name of Solium. Now go on, just once more.
Ooh, big banishments once again from Snadra. Those huge power casts. But here's Cacao. Gertrude trying to cause some trouble. Oh, switches into the sap play, but the throw is slightly short. Snadra trying to get out from next to Arumi's Pyre. Hops over one defender, but gets chased down by the second. Snadra. Zaxiana bringing back Manly. Manly. Zaxiana, a little bit of an opening perhaps. Oh, not quite enough time for the throw though. Well-timed jump from Arumi. Here comes Gertrude. Oh, and on the Pyre's doorstep. Cacao with the defensive stop. Arumi back at it with Snadra, but she's blocked. Shielded. Cacao. Zaxiana Titan Tooths Arumi. Snadra going through the other way. Ignarius is having none of it. Zaxiana versus Ignarius. Ignarius gives it up to Gertrude. Gertrude speeding through, but she's blocked. Now she's banished. Zaxiana switches sides. Oh, switches into Manly, but he's banished now. When Zaxiana goes down to Ignarius. Arumi on the attack with Gertrude sneaks the other way.
Gertrude banished.
Snadra can't sidestep Snadra. Here is Snadra. Zaxiana down as well. That leaves just Manly back to defend. Oh, but that is all Cacao needs here. Big cast from Snadra. Snadra goes down. Manly returns. Zaxiana. Into Manly. The quick throw. Oh, it's intercepted. Gertrude looking for a way through. Hops over the defender. No, she's blocked. Hops over this time and makes it in. Except the rekindling keeps Cacao in it. It's the full 50.
Too slow, Ignarius.
Zaxiana. To Manly. Oh, the throw is wide. Gertrude. Hops over, but gets banished. Last minute save from Snadra. The orb is on the edge of the screen. Snadra trying to hide within the safety of the sapling. Just buy enough time to get some reinforcements, and that is what has happened here. Oh, and it's Bertrand doing the banishing this time. Snadra versus Snadra, now over to Zoxiana. Switches places into Snadra, but Snadra banished. Zoxiana, cornered. Arumi Snadra gets rid of it to set up the power cast, although the cast deflects back in Snadra's face. Zoxiana. Bertrude trying to stop her. When is Manly within range? He may have been, but it's intercepted. Oh, opportunity here perhaps for Bertrude. Oh, and goes under the leaping Snadra for this plunge. Oh, double banishment from Snadra. She goes down. Double banishment there, or at least a trade of exiles, yet Cacao can bring both back using Sacred Bond. Zoxiana needs stamina back. Now she has some, but she gets shoulder smashed by Snadra. Yet there is the Titan Tooth, at least momentarily stunning Arumi. Cacao retreats, although loses Zoxiana near the Pyre, and is currently defenseless. Here comes Snadra. Gets rid of Ignarius just in time, but Bertrude finishes the job.
The essence prevails.
GG.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played. Alright, let's head on back.
Until the
Totally
storm
forgot about the rekindling. Alright, well chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for this next one. We can make it happen. Like, yes, my secret trick. Of course, if you don't have anything in mind for this one, chat, we can just have these two take whatever they want to take. Cacao, just one more for you? Okay, no worries. Whatever works for you. It was Titan Tooth, I think, on Zoxiana? Is that what you went with? Alright, not seeing any requests, so barring any last-minute things, we will just have these two take whatever they want to take, and it sounds like this may be the last one for Cacao today. So let's get started.
The accusers versus
Oh,
the essence.
and I do like myself the Pin Malith.
Welcome.
A lot of ping. Yeah.
Shall conduct the rites.
Yeah, I'm based in the US, so of course, depending on how far away you are from me, that may affect how much ping you have. Unfortunately, it is a necessary evil, or at least no way around it. Rumi's already done one meme team. What about another? Oh, could it be wall bouncing throws with the stowaway? It's possible. We saw Cacao go with Gareth in the first spot. I believe it was prayer beads on him. So could it be a savage showdown, perhaps? Wrong meme team. And it is a super speedy Barker there. And Arumi goes for a big casting Gilman.
Messenger Imp.
And Webland Thorn Messenger Imp in the last spot there for Cacao. Well, and Rumi to finish with, was that a throwing deluge? May have been. Here we go, Arumi, oh, perhaps trying to bounce off the walls with the jumps. Cacao, oh, Cacao's going for it as well, you love to see it. You love to see it. And that is why this arena is so amazing. But, it's Arumi, throw this one in for 15. Cacao, first the orb. Trading exiles, but it's Gareth here. Oh, big jumps. Was that off the wall? That was lightning fast.
The essence seemed to be falling behind.
Cow? That little hesitation there made you wonder, was the plan to plunge with that imp, or was it just to set up a portal? Either way, it's Arumi countering here with 20 damage on that throw.
Shall the essence press their luck?
Gareth again, off the wall and in for 20. You'll love to see it. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. The only way to describe it.
How very fortunate for the accusers.
Messenger Imp down. Stowaway for Arumi. The throw makes it in here for 20. Gareth first to the orb. Off the wall. This time it's straight in though.
Shall the accusers press their luck?
Stowaway down. Messenger Imp. Trying to inch forward. Oh, goes for the throw, but it's intercepted. Somewhat dangerous portal there for Cacao. Gareth teleports the orb, but goes down to Deluge. Now Deluge on the counterattack, but he's banished. That brings back Gareth. Here he is. He's blocked. And banished. Oh, and an opportunity for Messenger Imp here to plunge for 15. Gareth. He goes down. As does Barker. That leaves Cacao defenseless for the moment. Time for Arumi. Oh, goes off the wall, but it's easier said than done. Second time round just goes to the more simple, straightforward, throwing it straight into the Pyre approach. Gareth off the wall and in! Magnificent! Dropping Arumi down to 5 Pyre life. One more score, all Cacao needs here. Free orb, which Arumi has here. And that's Deluge plunging, and suddenly we have ourselves a sudden death match. Gareth first to the orb, but he's banished. Barker. He has the speed to seal the victory. GG.
I thought for certain they would not.
Well played.
The rite is done.
All right, well done, you two. Great match.
Until the next rite.
Ah, I see. You were trying to get rid of Ulmer to get your worm back. That was the plan. Those wall-bound scores, there were some good ones for sure. Well done. All right, no worries. If you need to head out, Cacao, thanks for stopping by. Good to have you. Welcome to the Right Club. I can give you the boots if that's helpful. Gotcha! You have been booted. But thanks for stopping by. Okay. And that means we're looking for another person to jump in here to take Cacao's place. So is there anyone in chat who would be interested in doing so? And Arumi, just to check in with you, how are you doing? Are you good to stick around? Do you need to swap out as well? How are you feeling? You're good for a few more? Okay, nice. So yeah, we're looking for one, in that case, to face off against Arumi. Anyone interested in doing that? Also, heads up, chat, that I may need to end the stream a little bit earlier today because I have some family in town. And so if you're waiting to make a dramatic appearance at the end of the RITE Night, then just heads up that the RITE Night might be a little bit shorter, and so you might not have time for that last minute dramatic entrance if you're kind of deliberately waiting to do so. Okay, Phaler will hop in then. Let's extend the invitation to one Mr. Phaler. Let's see, does Steam acknowledge your existence yet? No, but, you know, hopefully it will soon. Okay, Glade of Lou. Arumi says you two haven't played in quite a while. Okay. Oh, and Grand Ceremony. That's fitting. That's fitting. Okay, is Phaler popping up now? Now he is. There we go. All right. Invite sent. Swap in Phaler's name here. And Phaler, I assume it will be Fate for you. Oh, did Phaler get in?
Player 2.
Remote play, why you do this? Okay, let's swap things around then. Okay. Give me just a second then. So that means Arumi is here. That means Phaler is here. Oh, no. Hold on. That is not how I do that. That's not a thing. There we go. That one, I'm afraid, is probably going to be a never-ending battle. I'm not sure there is such a thing as ever winning that war. That one may never end. There we are. Okay. Nice. I don't know about that one, Core. I don't know about that one, but you know, we may be due for one in the not-so-distant future, another tournament. We'll have to see. But anyways, chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for this first one against Phaler and Arumi. They're saying it's been a while since they last faced off against each other. But we have our arena. We have our song. What's the next one, Hau? Let's see, so we just did Jomir, so yeah, next one would be Hau. Next one would be Hau. Alright, let's get this one started. And that's the weird thing, is like Hau is technically the imp scribe, but yet his team is 100% Curs, so like, is it an imp theme? Is it a Cur theme?
The essence shall now face the fate.
Alright, no requests affecting your team composition here, so you are free to take whatever you'd like.
The rites.
Yeah, because we started with Solium. Phaler was the Solium Cup champion. Then we had Golothanian next? Yeah. Golothanian, and Cam was the Golothanian Cup champion.
Sir Gilman.
Then we most recently had the Jomir Cup, and Anor was the Jomir Cup champion. So next would be Hau. Had 3 tournaments and 3 separate champions, so it's interesting stuff. Oh, has anyone been prepping? I mean, still nothing locked in for next tournament date. I'm just saying, you know, perhaps there may be one in the cards in the not so distant future.
It's a deluge.
Is that double worm there from Arumi? Breaking out the worm strats. Pyre going Titan Tooth Pamitha, though. Right, that's the thing is, Hobe's theme is those, or his slogan is those who do not belong, belong. So it kind of makes sense in that way.
Exile.
I believe we have seen the glory that is Triple Worms. Is there anything more beautiful, anything more honorable, more glorious? I don't know if there is.
Exile.
I don't know if there is. Meanwhile, Phaler goes Savage, Harp, and Imp. But here we are. Phaler getting us started off quickly here with a 20 damage throw. That from Ulmer. Here he is again, following up with an encore, although 19, one less than his maximum that time around.
The orb is up.
Ulmer once again, this time his throw is intercepted though. Here comes Arumi. But he gets pinned in the corner. Ulmer banishes one. Arumi tries to race the orb, but Phaler has it back here. Here's Ulmer. His throw does make it in for another 20. Phaler teleports to the orb and gets this one in for another 20. Ulmer once again. This time the throw is short, except it bounces back out right to Ulmer. Phaler has it back here. And his throw this time round is in for 19, so that means Arumi hanging on with 2.
Now end the ceremony.
Ulmer down. Now Arumi, time for a counter. Banishes one. Blocks another. Ulmer gets rid of 2 of the worms, though. And that means that throw will seal the deal.
The fate prevails.
Ulmer's got quite the arm indeed.
Vastly outperformed their adversaries.
GG.
The ceremony is complete.
Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back. And let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for the next one.
Stars align.
So let's, at the very least, reset ourselves here to our defaults. But let us know if there's anything else you want to see. Or hear, for that matter. But if not, then we'll just have these two take whatever they want to take. So let's get started.
The essence.
Oh, and it's the book,
On the fate.
which I'm actually not sure. Have we seen the book yet today? This might be our first time having the book.
Who shall conduct the rites?
It's okay, Rumi. It's okay. We will teach you, young Padawan, the way of the worms. And Phaler does have a strat that he likes to go to whenever he finds himself in the book. He leads off with a Titan Tooth Dalber. Phaler Korra on book, you love to see it. Or has, perhaps predicted what we may see here.
Rookie.
Because that's a second Kerr. Pamitha, Snadra, and now Tizo in the last spot for Arumi. Whereas last one for Phaler will be Almer. Alright, so here we go, and that right there is likely to be Phaler's strat. Sprint to the orb quickly with those curves, and try to make it straight into the Pyre. Phaler back with it now. Almer goes down. Tries to speed ahead with his other curve. Ruki, however, got shoulder smashed in the process. So now time for Arumi to throw this one in with Snadra. Except that is the strat right there. Speeds on in, but remember, has Titan Tooth on Dalbert, which means after he plunges like that... How did he... Wait, this happened once before. He just had the Prayer Beads effect, even though he has Titan Tooth, not Prayer Beads. I don't believe he went all the way over for the built-in Prayer Beads from the Korra Mastery. That's all the way down on the right side, and I think he has too many jumps for that to be possible. Here's the Titan Tooth activating. Stunning Phaler, although still able to intercept this throw. Ametha. Oh, sneaky. Flies over the defender and in for 25. Extra damage with Friesta's Plume. 50% chance of coming back from banishment, but does not proc here. Here's a shoulder smash. Getting rid of one of those curves. However, Phaler tries to teleport to the orb. However, also loses Almer in the process. Snapper on the attack. Titan Tooth stuns her, and she goes down. Oh, and there's the throw! And the winning throw at that. Did you take the built-in prayer beads with Dalbert, Phaler?
No, because he saw triple jump.
Yeah, but there was at least one round in which he came back after plunging.
Yeah, that's a known issue.
Okay, yeah, I remember we saw that.
It.
Yeah, I remember we saw that a week or two ago, but I didn't remember if we had any reason to, any understanding of how or why or when exactly it would trigger.
My thought was that it was part of the respawn immunity, but if we took that away, then I don't know how it happened.
Interesting. Okay. Well, anyways, let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for the next one. Okay, but barring any last-minute requests, let's get this one started. So we'll just have them take whatever they want to take.
The essence,
And it is the cairn,
the fate.
but do they care to employ some notable strats that we do see some people unveil here on some occasions? Not necessarily the players who tend to go the bottled void route, but it's possible. But Arumi led with a crone, and here's Phaler leading with a harp, a luminous idle harp, so one that will get all stamina back once she picks up the orb. And then a power casting Snapper in the second spot there for Rumi. Okay, there goes for a plunging Bertrude and took the Crone Salute, so we can transform all of Rumi's exiles into defenseless Howlers once during this rite. Rumi goes Gilman in the last spot. Whereas Phaler finishes with the Web Lanthorn Raji. Alright. Alright, here we go, and Arumi leads off with his crone salute. But if he's not quick, Phaler will have time to get some of his characters respawning here, and that's what he's trying to do, is just stall as much as possible so he can get a defender back, and he has done so. Hamther's returned, and even scores. Well played there from Phaler. Certainly caught me off guard now. Phaler returns the favor and throws this one in for 30 with Bertrude. Phaler says, how dare you use that crone salute on me? Now Arumi is the one plunging here for 30 with his crone, so it's all about the crones here. Of course, now both players have used up their crone salute, so we won't see any more transformations into the Howlers anymore. But no one left for Phaler to defend with, and so time for Arumi to throw this one in with Bertrude for 30. Here is Bertrude again for Arumi, but stopped there from Phaler. And that means currently Arumi defenseless. Time for Phaler to now have an uncontested crone throw. And this, is it just me? Or does this feel a whole lot like deja vu? One of the players does one thing, the other player repeats it. So on and so forth. Everyone gone on Phaler's side. Time for Arumi to plunge here for 30, and that drops Phaler down to 10. It's one score all that Arumi needs. Arumi down to 20 means that also Phaler just needs one score here. So a bit of a sudden death match here. Phaler's Raji may not have enough damage, but outside of that, anyone should be able to get the job done. No defenders left for Phaler, so there is the winning plunge, and fitting for it to be from Bertrude.
Good game.
GG. That was possibly the most crone-intensive rite we have seen in quite some time. Despite each player only having one crone on their team, it was all about the crones.
Until the next rite.
All right, well, chat, let us know what you want to see for the next one. All right, no worries. Thanks for stopping by, Arumi. Good to have you as always. Enjoy your dinner. And chat, that means we're looking for another person to come in here to take Arumi's spot. And just to check in on you, Phaler, obviously you came in recently, but are you good to stick around, or do you want to swap out as well?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. GG's. Yeah, so we're looking for one to hop in here. As I was saying, I'm probably gonna be ending the stream a little bit earlier than usual today. So just a heads up, if there's anyone who's been waiting to jump in, then there may not be that many more opportunities to do so before we close things up. We have Potato, and we have Anor, potentially. Anor, we had you in, what, briefly earlier, right? How's this sound? What if we go Potato now, and then when Phaler swaps out, we'll get Anor back in, because we had Anor in, but it was just for a little bit. So generally, of course, our goal is to get as many people in as possible. As many new players in as possible, and so I'd like to, for that reason, give the tiebreaker to Potato, if you will. But if we're still looking for someone to swap in once Phaler is done for the night, then we can get Anor back in then, and that'll be a new matchup for Anor and a new matchup for the rest of chat, so, you know, that's always good to see. So in that case, I think perhaps that will be the plan. If that works for you, Potato, and if that works for you, Anor, although I know, Anor, at that point, that'll perhaps be a little bit late on your end, but if that works, that may be the way to go here. Let's see. Potato. ¿Y estás? Okay, invite sent. And remind me, Potato, what your preferred triumvirate is. All right. Good answer. Good answer. How could I forget? How could I possibly forget? Enough of these essence. Pyre hearts. That's where it's at. Okay. Alright, so chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for this next one. Of course, this will be Potato's first match of the night, so perhaps give Potato a chance to warm up a bit first before we throw anything too crazy at these two. But up to you. At the end of the day, up to you. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see, you know, how long Phaler and Potato are looking to go for. We'll see what time it is and all that. Okay, not seeing any requests from chat at the moment, though, so why don't we get this one started then? And have you two played each other yet? Potato and Phaler? Because we only recently started getting Potato in on these rights, so there's a chance this might be an entirely new matchup, which would be awesome.
Yeah, I've never played Potato before.
Awesome. Yes. Okay, love to see that then. No requests, so you both are free to take whatever you'd like. We're at the Isle of Kalamer.
Conduct the rites. Sir Gilman.
Okay, Potato leads off with Gilman. Going the Pyre Hearts route in more way than one. Phaler sticks with a quick throwing ninja Almer. Okay, then Potato goes with Webbed Lanthorn Tizo. Okay, they're double savaging it up. Then a Potato Pamitha. And a Webbed Lanthorn Raji. So here we go, the first matchup ever between Potato and Phaler. Very excited to see how this plays out. Here's Potato with Pamitha. Wall of imps. Even more imps now blocking Pamitha. Gilman. Ooh, looked for a second there like there might have been a bit of an opening. Meanwhile, Raji's just hanging out there in the corner for Phaler. When it's Almer's turn, his throw somehow sneaks in between those two defenders. Almer again, his throw again, lands for 20. That orb is completely blocked, at least from Potato's perspective. Those imps are all clustered in the middle there. Pamitha for Potato. Gilman the other way. Gilman explodes. Pamitha stuck on those imps. There's the stowaway. Jumping in here for 20. And she had prayer beads, so she is back, but Almer's down. And it's Gilman on the counter now. Make that Pamitha. Tries to pass it over, but gets banished just before finishing, and that is a well-timed teleportation there from Almer, although just 11 damage on the throw as Phaler cuts it a little bit short. Oh, there's a defender right there. But makes it in for 19, and That means one more of those is all Phaler needs. Here's Almer. He's blocked and banished. Now Potato. Ametha. To Gilman. Gilman, his throw. Lands for 8. Phaler first to the orb, but down goes Almer. Ametha. To Gilman. Gilman explodes. Oh, and that throw had about 1,000,000 ping pongs to it. Gilman threw the other way. Oh, ever so close, but gets banished just before making it in. Here's Almer. And his throw makes it in for the winning score.
Good game.
GG. How many times would you say that throw bounced to the corner there, Phaler, toward the end?
Looked like 5 or 6 or more. Ametha still caught it after that, which is pretty impressive.
That might be a record. That one might have been a record.
Until the stars align.
Alright, well chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for the next one. We've now officially given Potato a chance to warm up, so feel free to throw whatever you want at these two. Be as merciful or merciless as you would like. Alright, but that being said, not seeing any requests here, so perhaps we just continue to have these two take whatever they want to take. So let's get started.
The Pyre hearts.
Okay, so that brings us to the Ridge of Gold.
The fate.
And no requests, so take whatever you'd like.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Okay, Potato goes banishing throws on a ninja stowaway. Yeah, I gotta give people some time to type in their requests in case they have any. It's not instantaneous.
Exile. Sir Gilman.
And it's an exploding Gilman for Phaler.
Ametha.
Prayer beats Pamitha in the last spot there for Potato. And then Phaler finishes, taking a little bit of a page out from my book, going right wisp on one of his worms.
Commence.
Here's Deluge. And he throws it in
Has been scaled.
for 11.
Into the adversary.
And both savages race to the orb. It's Failure who ends up with it at the end, though. This throw is slightly short. Now Potato. Amethyst is blocked and banished. Stowaway teleports the orb for Potato. The throw, oh, not quite in time. Now Almer for Failure. Potato back into defensive position. No, the throw is quick enough to make it pass and into the Pyre. When Failure takes 2 stunning claims, no orb is safe. Big explosion there from the worm. Man, was that a stunning claim as well? Freezing everybody, and Failure teleports the orb, but Potato in position to intercept. Raji goes down, and at least temporarily here. Potato defenseless. And Deluge throws this one in for 15. Potato. Pamitha. Blocked. There's the stunning claim. That's the timing Failure's looking for. Stuns everybody except for Almer, who comes back from banishment during that period. So he's the only guy able to move around and therefore has what is more or less an uncontested 20-point throw. Stowaway down. Pamitha down. Hillman, oh, elusive there, but not elusive enough to avoid banishment, except Almer, with that teleportation, picks it up and throws it in. Potato wins the teleportation race to the orb. Failure explodes with one of his worms, although even with that throw, somehow still hits the target with Almer. That drops Potato down to just 2 Pyre life. Next score for Failure would almost certainly finish the job. Here comes Potato with Pamitha. She's blocked, but banishes one of the defenders. Oh, there's the stunning claim. There's Almer teleporting to the orb, making him the only one able to move, and therefore an uncontested score.
Good game.
GG.
I must admit. The rite is done.
All right, well, let's head on back.
Brightness is bad.
You still think it is bad?
The next
Yeah, it didn't proc once.
Yeah, I always use it on my lead worm. That way you can just charge straight in with that worm and people don't expect you to just like have no regard for self-preservation.
True.
That's the idea.
But I think Vengeful Vow does that, except better.
Yeah, that may be. But what if you take both? See?
Too true.
Alright, so let us know, chat, if there's anything you want for the next one. Otherwise, we'll just have these two take whatever they want to take. Okay, well, we have Core turning Customize off, and Dirty Deal on the boat. Oh man, it is all happening here. It is all happening here. Let the chaos ensue. We are on the boat. We have Dirty Deal. And we are turning Customize off, so randomize exiles, masteries, and talismans for both players. Won't even get to see what their team setup is before we get thrown straight into the action. This certainly has the potential to be a very cursed rite, so brace yourselves, players and chat, because I don't know what we are getting ourselves into here, but it might be quite the spectacle. So let's get started. Okay, so for Potato, it's 2 demons, and was that a Nomad? Then for Failure, Crone, Demon, and Bullfred, the Sap. So, I mean, it is pretty demon-centric setup here, which is oftentimes what people choose to use when they're looking to maximize the crazy boat magic. But it's Failure, oh, with Astral Eye, extra 8 damage. At the cost of reduced hope for Bertrude. Bertrude already has the lowest starting hope of anyone other than Orlek, so that is going to be painful if Phaler is to get her banished at any point in time, but at least, right now, just means extra damage for him. Is Paleth for Phaler? Now, does he go for the full arena slam dunk? That is the question. That is the question. Potato. Phaler currently defenseless here. If Potato is quick, opportunity for shooting star on that throw. Okay. So that means, was that Viz Paleth capable of banishing with throws? Of course, Celestial Spike, one of the demon masteries, can do the same thing, but didn't see Celestial Spike pop up. I mean, hopefully. That means that it was not a double dip. Both a banishing throw talisman and banishing throw mastery, otherwise one of those things is going to waste. But you never know. That's always what happens. Chaos ensues when we turn Customize off, and here is Phaler popping in once again with that extra damage on Bertrude.
The essence seemed to be falling behind.
Excuse me. That is the Pyre, not the Essence, Mr. Voice. But Phaler defenseless. Time now, if Potato is quick. Gets the throw off for 30.
Threw it in.
No, it's Ignarius with the banishing throws, okay.
Show of strength from the fate's opponent.
Phaler narrowly avoids banishment there, and once again is making a point of scoring with Bertrude, and it's a big deal. 38 points is nothing to snuff at. Landol goes down the momentum, takes him into the sapling. Phaler. Trying to find the right time, and does! Plunge for the win.
Good game.
GG. Even the customized off matches give us demons on the boat. You love to see it. You just love to see it.
Until the stars align.
Alright, well, let's reset ourselves here, but let us know, chat, if there's anything else you want to see for the next one. And we'll turn Customize back on, unless, of course, you want us to leave Customize off. But that's all up to you. Rage of Demons. Oh, okay, and a Masteries request from Core. Okay, let's put on the Rage of Demons. Core says 4 Masteries total across all of your exiles. So that means you could put all 4 Masteries on a single exile if you'd like, or you could split them more evenly across all your exiles, but it takes a little more strategery to figure out how best to use them. Only talismans that directly affect stats. Okay. Only talismans directly affect stats. Clarifying question, there are some talismans that increase damage. Technically, they don't increase glory. Are those allowed? Yeah, exactly, Core. That's what I'm getting at. Technically speaking, there are not any talismans that increase glory, but there are ones that increase damage. Not allowed. Okay. So in that case, you have all the ones that give +8 to a stat. You have the rings that give +2 to all the stats. Is there anything else? Or is that it? That might be it. Yeah, like Astral Eye. But it sounds like those are not allowed. Okay. Alright then. Let's jump in. And this will be a tough one. Just 4 masteries across all your exiles and only talismans that increase stats.
The Pyre hearts shall
I don't think we've seen Nesta Triesta today.
the fate.
Have we?
Welcome. Who shall conduct?
Okay, so players going to need to be thinking about which exiles do they feel comfortable with even without masteries, because only 4 across their entire team. That very well may mean that some of them are going to have 0 masteries. Oh, to clarify, Astral Eye is allowed. Astral Eye is allowed, okay. Oh, I guess it negatively affects stats if you want to look at it that way. It does give you reduced hope. So it definitely qualifies by that metric. I was only thinking of things that increase stats. Again, the damage is technically not a stat you're getting from there, but... Okay, so it's Gilman in the first spot there, from Potato. So that means you have, what, 6 options total? The 3 that increase base stats, the 2 rings, and then Astral Eye is 6. Okay, so Phaler spends 1 mastery on Jody and puts a ring on her. Infinite stamina demons with those rings are pretty scary. Potato went for the speeds. Of course, if you want to commit to a ring, then you have to commit to it at least by your second exile, otherwise you're not going to have the ring to match up and make them extra powerful. And so that is what Potato does. Potato invests 3 points into Tizo there. Big investment. Taylor has spent 1 mastery. And goes for the hope on Orlek. And getting the extra hope on him is quite significant because it goes from something like a 30-second respawn time at his starting hope to, what is it? I think it's single digits, or close to it, once you put on the hope egg. And it's Jody in the last spot there for Potato. So Potato's all locked in. I believe Phaler has, what, 2 masteries remaining for his last exile here? And it will be Hamatha, it seems. And she's the other person with the ring. So here we go. Only 4 masteries across all of their exiles, and only talismans that increase stats. Or decrease stats.
That was the last of them.
And Potato currently defenseless. That leaves just Pamitha out here. But Gilman returns. Oh, but he goes through his portal accidentally. And that means time and space for Pamitha to plunge. Of course, no prayer beads here. That was not allowed. So that means if anyone plunges, they're gone for the next round. Okay, so it's about 11 seconds for Orlek when he goes down, but currently, it is Potato who's defenseless. And so that's time for Phaler to plunge here for 30. That means no Jody for this round for Phaler. Here comes Orlek, though. And he plunges for 25. Jody. She's banished. Amitha. She plunges here with a hard push, dropping Potato down to just 5. Orlek's turn. He's banished. Tizo into the lava with him. Jody versus Jody. Taylor makes his move, but he ends up in the lava. Orlek has returned, but he's banished. Or bounces back in bounds. Into Potato's clutches. Jody goes down as well. Orlek for Phaler. He's a speedy demon, and he speeds his way into the Pyre for the winning plunge. GG.
Pyre yet burns with vigor and resolve. The rite is complete.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Orlek MVP, OP confirmed. Doesn't even need exiles to help bring him back. Just give him the hope egg. It's something we generally don't see people use Orlac all that often anymore. But even when they do, not very often that they use him with the Hope Egg, which once upon a time was something that people like to use every now and again. I mean, hey, it's another way to cover for his greatest weakness. It's everything else. Everything besides the Hope is great. Alright, well, of course, let's reset ourselves here. But let us know, chat, if there's anything you want to see for the next one. Otherwise, we'll just have these two take whatever they want to take. So we had a Talisman and Masteries request for that previous one. Not seeing anything here, though, so let's jump back in. Oh, and you hear the water.
The Pyre hearts,
It's a Folosolium, though.
the fate. Welcome.
Okay, and you're free to take whatever you'd like here.
Who shall
No
conduct
requests at all.
the rites?
Totally up to you.
Anytime.
I do not remember the voice saying that. So Potato locks in Pamitha in the first spot. Palmer with Banishing Throws for Phaler. Then it's Web Lanthorn T-Zone in the second spot for Potato. Baylor goes quick throwing Bertrude and does take that Crone's Loot so we can transform all Potato's Exiles into defenseless Howlers once during this upcoming rite. Then Potato finishes with an exploding Lady River. And Web Lanthorn Rocks in the last spot for Phaler. So here we go. Almer's throw intercepted, although it does banish. Ametha returns. Perhaps waiting for Phaler to make his move. Series of trades. Ametha is back and takes out Almer. That leaves just Raji back to defend against Pamitha. Here is Pamitha, but she is blocked and banished. Almer for Phaler. Vanishes with those throws. Teleports back to the orb and follows up with a score here for just 6. Almer again. Vanishes again. Teleports again, but he goes down. And Lady River explodes there, taking out Ludmilda. Ametha. Hopping over all those obstacles. Trying to find a way around and into the Pyre. Going to get some stamina back, but doesn't have time to do that there. Phaler. Teleports back to the orb. And that one makes it in for 20. Almer. Tries to hop in, but he's banished. Pamitha cornered. Milda banished. Now Lady River with infinite stamina, but she's stopped. Almer. Lots of room here for him to work with. His throw gets rid of Pamitha, and his cast gets rid of Tizo. And he throws it in for 19 here, slightly less than his maximum. Almer once again. Oh, ever so close to getting banished there, but just barely sidesteps the cast and gives enough room to get this throw off. Almer. Oh, the throw banishes, but it's slightly short, so it does not score. It's Pamitha going the other way for Potato. Trying to sneak around, but she's blocked and banished. Almer still near the opposing Pyre, and he throws it in for 20. That means one more of those is all Phaler needs here. Almer, can he do it now? This time goes the jumping route. Oh, trying to catch Potato off guard. Potato was not to be fooled. Tizo, back to Pamitha. Pamitha. Stamina back. And finds an opening. Plunging here for 20. And Prayer Beads on Pamitha means she can come back. However, she's back as a defenseless Howler. Phaler uses his prone salute to take the win.
Good game.
GG.
Their adversaries did not even come close.
Well played, you two. Emberic is back, and Emberic has already requested stuff for our next Rite. So let's see what we have in store now. Worm first. Other picks are non-worm, but the same class. Okay, so a worm flanked by 2 of the same type of exile. Anything else we'd like for this next one, or will it just be that? Oh, and okay. That worm must have the legendary worm talisman Aura's Scale. Okay. Okay. Anything else we want? A legendary worm flanked by its followers. Quest for honor. Fitting. Fitting indeed. Oh, you both did it. Well. Well. Good minds think alike. Who was it? Was it Korra and Arumi both did it? Twice the honor. Twice the quests. Okay, well, that covers just about everything. Yeah, you can change it to something else if you want to know. Don't worry about that. Okay, so let's hop in, because that covers pretty much everything. 2 quests, 2 honor. Too much? No. Not enough. And it's at the Pit of Malik. So again, it is Worm in the first spot. That worm must have the legendary worm talisman, the Aura's Scale. And then after that, you have to pick one type of exile, one class, and your remaining 2 characters will both be that class. So that means these worms will have extra jumping distance in a pretty small arena, so that could become a somewhat significant factor even. Alright, so that's Gilman in the first spot for Potato. Baylor, of course, looking to do something similar here, as he also needs to lead with a worm and also needs to lead with Ore Scale, though he goes with Deluge. Gilman versus Deluge. Okay. Okay. So now it's a matter of what type of class is going to flank those worms, because both remaining characters are going to be whatever class the players pick here. Okay, so Potato decides to go the Harp route. Plenty of face-offs today. You know what? You're not wrong about that. Baylor, somewhat surprisingly, decides to choose Saps. So it means that now Potato must take a Harp in the second spot, or rather in this third spot, and Phaler must take a Sap. So Potato going more of an offensive route, whereas Phaler going more of a defensive route. Unstoppable Force versus Immovable Object. Which one will prove the path to success? Heads up that you accidentally switched over to Raji. Okay, so Potato gets a little bit more defensive there by taking the Web Lanthorn on Tamitha. As we were saying, Taylor needs to go Sap here and takes a bunch of Rekindling. And although Saps are usually defensive characters, with that Star Splinter giving them quicker throws, may be looking to get some offense out of that Sap, but it's Potato starting quickly here with their worm. Of course, no prayer beads on either of those worms, and so that means Potato was wormless, but Phaler follows up with a 14 damage throw. Deluge for Phaler. That throw looks wide, it is. Tamitha. Oh, is Potato going to be going for the wall bouncing strats? It looks like that may be the case. Possible to gain some extra speed that way, but it is a lot harder than it looks. It is no guarantee to make it work properly. And Phaler hops in here, throws it in for 20 with his sap.
The Fates seem to want their freedom more.
Oh, double banishment there from Deluge. Setting up this throw.
Considerable precision.
Potato gets rid of Deluge. Phaler locks down the orb with the sapling. Make that 2 saplings.
Now go.
Potato gets rid of both of them, as harps can do. Phaler's throw this time is short, so Potato intercepts. Hamatha off the wall, but blocked. And banished. That leaves just Gilman back to defend, but that's all Potato needs here. Covers the orb and gives it up to Pamitha. Though Pamitha, or rather Tamitha, sacrificed her sister to the sapling, it seemed. Throw from Phaler, just enough on that to make it in for 15. Gilman takes out Deluge. Phaler protects the orb with the sapling. Potato, oh, didn't quite nail the cast there to get rid of the sapling. Just got rid of the sap that time, that also works. Potato with Tamitha. Tamitha is blocked. Phaler almost shields it off, but Potato still has it. Oh, not for long. As Phaler applying some serious pressure here, that's the quick throwing sap. And that's how Phaler perhaps can get a fair bit of offense out of those saps as it drops Potato down to just 11, and that means that is a winning plunge.
It was a glorious performance, I must say.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Nice sap. Anor approves the sap plays. Anor approves the sap plays. I learn from the best, he says. Alright, well, let's reset ourselves here, but chat, let us know if there's anything you want to see for the next one. Yeah, Nor, you have a song request here. You want to go Moon Touch? Do we have that one in? Let's see. Yeah, that exists. Okay, there we go. So we have the song. Anything else we want for this one? Or will that be all? Oh, well, Potato. Potato, oh, catch a Wormish. Thanks for stopping by. Potato says, hold on, we gotta turn Customize off. This is just a little too orderly right now. Need to inject a little chaos into this situation. So, of course, Customize off means randomize exiles, masteries, and talismans. Won't even get to see what they are in advance. We're just gonna get thrown straight into the action. And let's see what we find ourselves getting into here.
The Pyre Hearts
It's the Cairn.
confront
For Potato,
the Fates.
it's Imp, Worm, Harp. For Phaler, it's Double Sap and Crone. Okay, this could be an interesting one.
There.
Zoxiana, for Potato. Blocked. Phaler, is it just me, or does that sap have a humongous aura? Maybe it's just all the saplings in the general area. Okay, Raji. Zoxiana.
I've completely lost connection, by the way.
Oh, okay, let's... Oh, hold on. Let's give it a pause. And let me uninvite and re-invite you then.
Wait, don't do that. It just came back.
Oh, okay. Potato, were you doing okay? Alright, I can give you guys a countdown. I'll do 3, 2, 1, go. A bit laggy, but fine. Okay. Okay, so hopefully it was just a little little fluke there, and now it's fine. So I'll give you a countdown. I'll go 3, 2, 1, go, and on go I'll hit resume. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Zaxiana here for Potato. She's blocked and banished. Taylor with Udmilda. She hops in for 25. So of course we're trying to keep our eyes peeled here. See if we can figure out, what it is that people have. That's Black Hoof on Manly for Phaler. I suppose of all the exiles to have Black Hoof, might not be the worst one to have it. But it means he cannot pick up the orb with Manly. Zaxiana, flying around the other way. But she's banished. Oh no, that was Fulford who can't pick up the orb, because here's Manly with it right now. Well-timed pass there from Potato. But Phaler tried to pin Potato in the corner. A Webbed Lanthorn? Oh, who was that on? Is that Webbed Lanthorn on Raji? If so, that is incredibly lucky. I think that was on one of Potato's exiles, right? It is on Raji. Oh man, what a setup for Potato then. Black Hoof for Phaler on Volfred. Webbed Lanthorn on Raji for Potato. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles when we do the customized off matches. Phaler trying to close on in with those saps. Safe return we saw on Raji. That means at least some stuff on the left side. Zaxiana making her move. She stopped. Potato retreats, tries again. Has it back though. Ooh, Gilman going the other way, but a wall of hockey pucks slows him down a bit. Enough of those saplings. Phaler perhaps biding some time. I did plunge with Udmilda, which means if Phaler is to score here, he's going to need to make it happen with a sap, and that is easier said than done. So more laggy stuff here?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Like it's turning into a slideshow. I'm gonna disconnect and reinvite
Yeah,
you.
let's try that then. Potato, do you want me to kick and reinvite you as well? Are things being a little funky for you too?
If it isn't completely stopping for like seconds at a time, don't bother.
Okay. Let me get Phaler back. There we go. Yeah, both of the saps are cursed. Okay. Phaler, why do you have to do the broadcast? Now I've got to do this. Gotta open this up, make it go away, so that doesn't just stay there. Okay.
This looks more stable to me.
Okay. Nice. Alright. So once again, I'll count you down. I'll go 3, 2, 1, go. And on go, we'll hit resume. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so it's Phaler with Manly. Yeah, so he needs to score with a sap, and only one of those saps can pick up the orb. So that does make matters quite difficult for Phaler here. And it's opportunity now for Potato to plunge for 20, and perhaps a mercy for Phaler to finally get all of his exiles back. Because here is Udmilda, and she plunges. On one hand, that means 30 more damage for Phaler to deal. However, it means once again finds himself without Udmilda in this round, making matters that much trickier. However, if these two players continue to trade scores, then, that's a huge plunge, or rather huge cast from Potato, but if they continue to trade scores, of course, Phaler is scoring for more with Udmilda than Potato can with Pamitha. Just doesn't have the same amount of damage as the Crones have. So that is a trade that Phaler would theoretically be willing to make. How is Phaler supposed to play if he can't watch the stream? Not to mention, there may be some significant rekindling in play here. Huge banishments on the cast. Potato, looking for the right angle to throw it in from. and shows good patience to make it happen. Oh, Potato goes in for the huge imp banishments. That leaves just Volfred, and he can't pick up the orb. Time if Potato is quick to make a move. Oh, but Pamitha is blocked and banished. Phaler up to the task defensively. And now has gotten all of his exiles back, including Udmilda, who opts over one defender but gets banished by the second. Pamitha, blocked, banished. Just Gilman back to defend here. But that is sufficient. Is it Gilman with the Wet Lanthorn? Thought it was Raji. Big cast there. Raji. Only one back defensively as Phaler is relying on specifically Manly. As Volfred cannot do anything offensively. That throw is slightly short from Manly though. Raji on the move here. He's banished. Does set up a portal. Here's Udmilda. And she plunges for the win. GG. Typhoon bottle on Raji, maybe? Well played. That was an interesting one. Right, well played.
Until the stars align.
Okay, so let's reset ourselves here. And chat, as I was saying, I think I'm looking to end the stream a little bit earlier today, and so I probably only have time for one more rite in which we take requests, and then, of course, the Liberation Rite. So, with that in mind, if there is anything that we really want to see, then this is our chance to make it happen. So, let me know if there is anything we want in particular for this one. Because, of course, for our Liberation Rite, we won't take any requests. We'll just have these two take whatever their preferred teams are. Yet, it doesn't seem as though we have any requests here. So I suppose we'll just hop in.
The Pyre hearts
Okay, it's the blade.
take on.
Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to turn customize back on. My bad. My bad. My bad. I forgot. Except Honor turn customize. Okay, hold on. We are gonna turn customize off.
The Pyre
Honor says, on second thought, sure. Why not? Let's do it that way. Okay, so now customize off on the book, actually pretty similar to the Blade of Blue. Okay, Frozen Soul we saw, damaging Phaler's Pyre. It is 1 sap, and is that 2 nomads? That's 2 nomads for Potato. Then it is 1 sap, Udmilda, and Lady River the Worm for Phaler. Phaler starts with a quick throw. As it with Udmilda here. Phaler with 2 out of 3 of the same exiles in this one. Another very quick throw for Phaler. Udmilda this time goes in for the plunge. Boone has just 25 on that. Means she is potentially, actually will be 100% on one side of the tree. I forget which one that means though.
An unimpressive thrust.
Throws this one in for 6. In theory, means we do know all of Udmilda's masteries. Bright Wisp automatically passed the orb when Udmilda went down, it seems. Sacred Bond for Potato, so possible to bring back teammates by stepping on their portraits. Okay, they're trying to cause some trouble with banishments with Lady River. Both Headwind and Snadder down here, so just Manly back to defend. Okay, they're trying to hop over Manly. This throw is unblockable, though, and it lands for 14. Well played Sapling for Phaler. Lady River tries to hop in and throw. This one for 9. So Phaler going for a war of attrition here. One little throw at a time. Yeah, there's the Bright Wisp. So if Romilda goes down, she can pass it to a teammate. And that sets up this score here for another 8. Lady River. This time the throw is short. Okay, and Potato does have the ability to shield the entire team with Manly. So we know a little bit more about Potato's team now. Phaler, does he have that kind of range? He does not. Edwin, not quite quick enough. Phaler looking to use Udmilda here. She gets banished, but Bright Wisp once again automatically passes it to a teammate. Phaler with the throw, looks wide. Now Snadra. Snadra with a bit of an opening here. Oh, but well-placed Sapling from Phaler. Now Udmilda on the counterattack. Going the other way. Oh, on the Pyre's doorstep. Plunges, but that's 10 rekindling for Potato. So Potato holds on. But next score for Phaler would likely do the trick, and that is that.
The fate prevails. Their
Good game.
adversaries proved no match for them. The right is done.
Alright, well played, you two. And with that, I think it may be the time. Now is the hour. Riders of Rohan. Foes you have taken. Liberation rites you have partaken in. We shall begin. So, Liberation Rite, our final rite of the night, means, of course, no request for this one. We're going to have both players take their preferred teams and finish things off in style. So, let's see. We usually go Never to Return, the version of player 2, which would mean the Fate. So let's make that happen. And other than that... Oh, customize. 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 Thank you, Core. Thank you, Phaler. That's important. All right. With that being said, let us begin our Liberation Rite.
Hark, exiles. You are gathered at the fall of Solium. You now have this chance to prove yourselves. Prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. Pyre hearts, stand prepared. The fate, stand ready.
Alright, so as I said, our Liberation Rite, our final rite of the night. No request for this one, just take your preferred team. Potato starts with a ninja stowaway with banishing throws. Whereas Phaler goes Titan Tooth Gilman. So he will stun anyone that he jumps into. Potato chooses Web Lanthorn Tizo. Pyre goes with the quick throwing Bertrude with the Crone Salute so we can transform all Potato's exiles into defenseless Howlers once during this rite. Then it's also a saluting but plunging prone from Potato. And Pyre doubles down on the Crones, and here we go, our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. Potato on the left, representing the Pyrearchs, Pyre on the right, representing the Fates. Best of luck to you both.
Seemingly unfair. Another banishment. No mercy shown. And there it is.
Oh, GG.
Fates have proved
What a
their
match. Well played,
game.
you two.
In
Well played indeed.
Ends the liberation rite.
Alright, well, that was our Liberation Rite, our final rite of the night. Thank you, everybody who participated in the rites today. Thank you, everybody who gave us all the requests in chat. Godspeed, Sir Gilman. May he return in glory. Alright, but with that being said, I am going to duck out of Discord. I will catch you all next week. Thanks for having me. Alright, let's boot these two so we don't hold them hostage. But I am not quite done with you yet, chat, because that was, of course, our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. Great one at that. Love to see it. There's still an orb, though, right? So, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, which we are doing every Sunday. If you are interested in getting more involved in this multiplayer Pyre Rite Night stuff, then the best way to do so is by joining none other than the Rite Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights. Other than that, I'm also on Friday nights doing Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition streams. We're getting close to the end of the game there. And then on Saturdays, doing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer streams. Then, of course, Sunday is Rite Night. Then Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams. So if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well. Also doing some Gwent videos, the Witcher-themed card game on YouTube, and some Thronebreaker, which is the Gwent campaign, as well as Bastion, of course, the first game made by Supergiant, the developers of Pyre. And we're getting pretty darn close to the end of that as well. And I think that's about it for all that stuff. If you haven't done so yet already, you can, of course, hit the follow button to get a notification for when I go live. And also follow me on Twitter, @LidsVids. I post there when I go live as well. But the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is actually by joining my own Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'll catch you next time.